The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Okay, now.
So there's a place called J.C. Penney, right, Dylan? As well
Okay.
as Kohl's.
I know.
Right?
There used to be one near my house.
Yeah, there used to be. What happened?
It just closed.
Why'd you do that?
Cause I couldn't stand to see it anymore.
I
got
couldn't
him.
stand to listen to Katy Perry. Like, well, what we're talking about, there's no yeah, there really isn't any music from the 2020s that you go out in public and hear. It's all radio pop stuff from the
It's
2010s.
stuff you hear on the radio. But
I live
mean,
above
yeah.
a bar. My apartment is just above a bar, and you do hear the music from downstairs. And it is all just music from either the 2010s or the 80s. There is absolutely no 2020s music. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
They didn't make
What
it.
is your least favorite song that you've heard from down there?
Truth be told, I don't know. I only ever hear the drum beats.
What's your least favorite drum beat that you've heard?
It goes boom, 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 boom. But it happens every night. If I worked there, I'd get so sick of it. I know that they definitely play the same song every night at some point.
Is that like a Kesha song or something? Where it's like...
It's like shots, 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 shots,
Oh,
shots.
yeah,
shots.
that too. Yeah.
I mean, it's quite similar, but yeah, it's their thing, you know. I can distract myself from it anyways. You know, it doesn't bug me. Like, I'm here doing this. You know, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it
fair
doesn't
enough.
matter.
Like, people can like what they like, but it is kind of a weird phenomenon that like barely any 2020s music is like being played out.
Unless it's Taylor Swift.
But like, I don't know. I can't really see any of like her music from like her latest record being on the radio because it's very mellow and kind of, you know, I don't know, very subdued in terms of arrangement.
Sorry, wait. You say Kesha's music is subdued now?
No,
No,
not Kesha. Kesha ain't still doing stuff, is she? Is she still doing stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, she is. She's still
Oh,
doing
good for
stuff.
Kesha. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is like the only music.
Yeah,
artist
California
of the...
Girls rocks.
That is not okay. All right, fine. Okay, Trey. Trey, I need you to have a word with our son, please. Okay.
No problem. That's Katy Perry.
Hey y'all,
No.
Trey here.
Hey y'all,
Trey here.
the joke is
So the
that Dylan only listens to soundtracks on YouTube.
Hey y'all, Trey here. So the joke is, I made a Sonic fan game about a Sonic fan. Not because I'm a fan of Sonic, but because the actual character that you're playing as is a fan, a propeller.
Okay,
that
Trey.
stars in the Sonic
Trey.
game.
Self-promotion is for the very end of the show.
I'm not. This isn't promotion. This is me just having a little bit of a goof and learning. You know?
Okay, who made this? Who made this game?
I did.
And you're talking about it, right?
I mean, yeah.
Self-promotion
Wait,
is
show it
for
on
the end of the
stream.
show.
Show it on stream.
I'd have to download the video. All right. Okay.
Well, no, you can just live. You can capture the window of him sharing
No,
the screen.
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna download the video. Let me.
Download
That's more work.
Yeah,
It's not.
download
It's
the
really
one that I
not. Trust
sent.
me.
It is.
I'm on it. It's alright. I got this.
Okay.
I got it. Hang on. Wait. See that? Trey, you want to introduce people?
Welcome to Sunset City.
I forgot we were live streaming for a second. I thought we were just freaking out.
Stream it.
Oh yeah, do I still have my meal?
Yes, you still have your space cookies.
Thank you.
Okay, give me just a second.
We never actually asked Trey what he wants to eat. We just kind of got our meals after he was given one.
Well, he got his
By the
food
way-
first. Why? Wait, the Sonic plushie looks like he's eating good.
Oh, he's got Frank's
He does,
tacos.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think the Sonic plush is gonna eat all those, or?
He's just keeping them warm for Trey. Trey.
By the
Frank.
way, did you not turn down the video whenever you streamed it?
Apparently
Everyone's
not.
just like-
I forgot that
everyone's
there
like,
was.
so loud.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna have to normalize
They-
those sound levels
yeah.
when we do the audio episode. Then.
Destroy the entirety of their eardrums.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, I
So-
wanted
so
to ensure
sorry.
that this would be the final podcast they ever listened to, so that was the plan.
Yeah.
This
They
seems
are
like a
good.
bad strategy.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast where we don't really talk about Sonic. My name's Trey, and to the very, I guess you could say, right of me is Dylan. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm here. Yes, we're here, and we do talk about Sonic. We just have a lot of tangents.
That is true. Yes. And
Trey is
then-
quiet, apparently.
Yeah. Well, it's because I had to go back to my phone because my Wi-Fi isn't working.
I turned him down slightly because the last week he was like ear-murderingly
I was.
loud.
I was pretty loud that time, and I do apologize.
You don't have to apologize. That's me. That's on me. But yeah, there you go. You are now
All right.
100%.
All right. Well, also, I'm pretty sure since we destroyed their eardrums earlier, they're not going to be hearing anything. You know?
Oh, they
So
won't be able
that's-
to hear us anyway.
Well, we can just
so, yeah, it'll
insult
be
them
fine.
then, can't we? I hate the
You
audience.
just,
I hate the audience. I hate the
No, I love
audience.
I love the audience. No, I love you, audience. I'll say it even if you can't hear me.
Listen, I do love you guys. You're cool. You're fun.
Yeah. But yes, we just introduced Dylan, and now to the directly right of me, my husbando, channel pup.
Trey, tell Dylan I no
Interesting.
longer want to speak to him directly.
What?
Uh,
What did I do?
Dylan, I don't know how to tell you this, but
What did I didn't do anything. Right?
I don't know
I
why
don't know
he's
what you did.
responding directly to me because he's lost his direct communicational privileges.
Ray, I don't think I've done anything. I don't think I did anything wrong.
so pup. Dylan says that he doesn't think that he did anything wrong.
Well, that's a huge part of the problem, isn't it? Think about it. When someone's done something like this and then they refuse to acknowledge what they did, that's part of the problem.
Oh god.
So
oh god.
what is on the agenda for today? Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
All
I
right,
don't
so
know, man.
there is... Well, you haven't done the terms and conditions, Trey.
The terms and conditions.
Yeah, the terms and...
Wow.
The
Oh, my
terms
bad.
and
Yes,
tables.
everyone. Just so we know, super chats will be
The
read at
worms
very
and
end.
conditions.
Super chats will be read at the very end of the stream. We appreciate any and all super chats that come our way. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. But every super chat will be read at the very end. Am I missing anything?
We also have a Patreon page for if you want
That is
limitless
true.
characters for your super chat, but don't take the piss.
Yes, we have a Patreon. If you can support us there, that would be fantastic. If not, then that's totally okay too. Thank you for just being
It would
here.
be
and we love
fantastic
you.
because if you don't donate heavily, I might.
It would
have
be
to-
so awesome.
It would be
Can
so
you-
cool.
Trey, can you tell it's interrupting me again? Thank you.
What in the
Whoa!
heck? What in the
What is
fucking
happening?
balls are you talking about today?
What in the balls?
Pup woke up and he took his extra pills.
The point I was trying to make, everybody, is if you don't dig deep, I might have to make like the gaming industry and just lay off all of the staff. That definitely won't detriment me in any way.
Yeah,
I don't
because you
think
keep
that's
asking
what
us to
to
stream
say.
with you because you can't stream alone, so the podcast will be kind of rough.
Trey, can you tell it not to address me?
I was talking to the audience intro. You were far.
Trey.
You think yourself
Trey,
far
it's-
too important.
It is responding to me again and saying a lot of you. I want it to say to you, pup is, okay? We need to address this.
wait.
Trey, please
wait.
lay down the law for him, okay? He's feeling brave today.
Wait.
Wait.
This is something that might be important. Wait a second.
What's up?
Someone just sent me something. This might be an exclusive Sega scoop. That's not exclusive at all because I just found it on Twitter.
Trey,
Ooh.
tell it that it's allowed to elaborate.
Okay, I'm loading up the
You're-
Epic Game Store because
Yeah,
it does involve the Epic Game Store, unfortunately. Hold on.
You're allowed.
Okay, right, ready, guys? This is a big Sega thing. There's a big Sega release that might have just shadow dropped if this is real.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, let's see. I'm searching it right now on the store. Is this not real? Maybe this isn't real.
Hold
It'd
on.
be really funny if I just type this up. What? Wait, the page was quickly removed within minutes of reporting it.
Wait, what is it?
Okay, well, someone in my little Persona group chat I'm in sent a thing that said Atlas just shadow dropped Persona Q that was previously only on 3DS on the Epic Store, and now it is not there.
Oh wow.
But there is a thread here of a new cover of the song, one of the main songs in the game, and a cinematic trailer. Apparently,
Ooh.
here. I mean, this is not really Sonic news or anything, but to me, this is important. And also, Sega made all
It's
of it.
Atlas.
Well,
Yeah, it's Atlas.
I don't know if Sega made this one specifically, but here, I'll post this in the back rooms in case
They
anyone
own
cares.
it. Yeah, they own
But
it.
Persona Q, interesting little game. Doesn't have anything to do with the game that you're playing right now, pup. but we'll get there eventually. Don't worry.
Well, hold on. I don't know if you're supposed to address Pup directly, so just say it to me, and then I'll say it to Pup.
I'm not repeating myself. I'm
Right.
worth more than this.
Right.
Yes.
Can you tell it that the word gullible is written on the ceiling?
It is?
Nice try. I've heard that before, and it's not up there. I can confirm it.
I already wrote it up there myself. So, like, of course
Joke's
I
on you.
What is on the agenda today?
Okay, first thing on the agenda, reconciliation. Dylan, do you have something to say to me?
Yeah, I hate you.
Whoa!
Alright. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to make some changes work. But okay, over to the
I'm
pits.
drawing a line.
What? What?
We have some news.
Okay.
There is a
Dylan
Sonic
will be leaving the podcast.
a Sonic Mania spin-off has been officially announced. Have you guys seen this?
I have
No, there
not.
hasn't.
No, there hasn't.
Well, no, yes, there has. You know, there was in Sonic Mania, in the second act of Chemical Plant, they had that Tetris boss fight. They're making a game based on that.
You mean the Puyo Puyo game? You mean Puyo Puyo?
You mean Tetris?
Did you just fucking
Or
Puyo your fucking self? Like,
No.
either way, that thing from Sonic Mania, they're making a full game of that, but it's like a fat version or something. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the trailer.
It's a thick version, right? That's what they said. Are you talking about the tweet Sega made about Oh gosh, you need to put that up on screen.
Yeah, you just need to put that on screen right now.
It's a
Hold on.
podcast. It's a fucking podcast, guys.
Well, why do we have visuals on the stream then, Pup?
We just
Yeah.
It's a little something, you know.
You want me to read it out? You want me to read it out?
Just read it out.
Put
Just
on
read-
the screen.
All right.
read it
The
out and
Sega tweet.
describe-
There's something apparently happening for the Apple exclusive Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop, and Sega tweeted today on their official Twitter. Gyat dang, Carbuncle. Those Puyos thick with the like the face that looks like it's kind of going like if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know how to describe that emotion.
Not a sound I ever thought I would hear from fucking Dylan.
But I don't know how to describe this face. I like have your own words to see. Sorry, it says weary face. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know what to say in that moment, so I figured I'd improvise. Like, hold on, I'll put it in chat so you can see it.
No, I think you did a great job describing.
Right, that's what that
face
is. That's what that face means.
Yeah,
right?
with the face that goes, ah.
You know what I mean, though.
That one face that goes,
I'm sorry, that was. I think because I know where you're coming from. It's hard to describe a face like that without, like, without being, being weird or whatever. But
It's
like,
this face. I'm putting it in chat. Look, this is the face. But you see what I mean, right?
No, yeah, we see what you mean.
That's okay. We can keep that one around. We can make a YouTube short out of that or something.
Yeah, I think that's the clip that just saved the show. No, I'm kidding.
It's that, but like, you can see what I mean now. For those who are in the chat right now, you can see the face. You get what I mean. Audio listeners, you're gonna have to just imagine.
Wait,
You
what
have to
chat did
imagine
you
the
put it-
face
What chat did you put it in?
It's so funny.
in the Sunset City chat,
Which Sunset
YouTube,
City chat?
YouTube.
in like the
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you done it for the
How
Twitch?
you
as
doing,
well?
Twitch chat? How's Twitch chat?
Let's see how many people we got on the Twitch. Two viewers on Twitch. Hey, show
Let's
yourself.
go.
Twitch viewers, hello.
Make
Twitch.
yourselves known in the chat. But okay, it's amazing, Dylan. Our viewership just went up a little since you did that moaning sound. So do you want to do that again?
Not for free. I don't.
Not
Trey-
for free.
Rub your fingers around his butthole or where it used to be anyway,
What?
and see if you can get more
What?
of those out.
This is not workplace behavior.
Just try and get a few more of them out there, you know? Like,
I'm
No.
gonna play.
we could catch a few in the wild.
God,
Catch a few in the wild.
catch a few in the wild.
Oh, we just lost a
Get
couple
away
of viewers
from
since I
me.
said that. All right, fair enough.
Stay away
Okay.
from me.
Come on, Trey, let's touch our son. But
No!
This is not workplace behavior.
Oh.
So what you're
there's
saying
no
is, what you're saying is, you no longer want this to be a workplace, and you'd be happier if I didn't pay you at all.
That's not what I said. No, I would like to be. I would like.
So
to
you're
be
saying you would accept these advances if you weren't getting paid for it? Well, that's okay.
What?
We can arrange that.
That's not also. That's not what I said. But I also said not that.
All right. Anyways,
I'm just.
we've already mentioned fucking Puyi then. So there's more news. There's a lot of news in the main meat bit, so I'm just getting kind of the little individual bitsies out.
Yeah, go for it.
I bought a miniature rubber Sonic from my local Techus.
Okay.
Techus being a nickname for Tesco. There we got a little
That's
Tesco.
pretty good. So Sonic merch is still selling. That's a good sign.
They don't really do the They don't do toys at this Techus, but they have just like near the till. It's like again.
So I don't know what the store is. I don't know what it is.
It's called Tesco. They got big ones and little
Oh,
ones.
Tesco. No, I know Tesco.
Oh, you do you? I forgot you were the expert on all things British. Well, anyways,
yeah, I watched Doctor Who.
This is just a little express one, so they don't really have like a toy section. But like, let's say you were just
finale today.
The beginning of the finale. Let's say you were going to get a little treat for your son. They've got little stretchy Sonic toys in there, little tiny ones, little miniature versions of the stretch Sonic, and I bought one. It was £3. I went to get some, food and shopping, and I thought, you know what? These are hard times. I could do a little pick me up, so I'll get a little stretchy Sonic. So I did get that. But it's safe to say, within a couple of stretches, all of the paint work had come off of him. It looks like I've owned this thing for 58 years, and I've only owned it like a day. So that's not a recommended buy. I'm trying to get the rest of the paint off of it now, just so it can be just a little blue guy, as opposed to a Sonic without eyes, a snoot, hands, shoes. The patch on his chest has stayed on pretty well, though. Must use like a stronger paint. But yeah, that's that. You can fling him at things. He stretches. He's a stretchy. But yeah, that's that. Okay, other new news. Sonic Dream Team got its, I think, third and final update, I think that's the final one.
That's it?
Well, I think they said there'd be 3, and they've done the third one now, so, like, I think that's the end of Sonic Dream Team. But,
and it's never getting ported to other things,
Oh,
right?
we're talking, that's on the piss. That's on the piss. Don't try and fucking get ahead of me, boy, okay?
Listen, I haven't looked at the piss, okay?
Whose fucking problem is that? I'll fucking get the belt off, alright? I will.
Why? No. Why are you doing that? Stop it.
Pup is doing everything he possibly can to come off as an abusive father figure in this episode. I don't know why.
The fact that he doesn't know why proves that it's out of character for me, so this only makes me look better when you think about it. Okay. It's okay. Next week I will have reformed, and it will be a really nice arc. But, okay, so Dream Team.
Right.
So, the last update, they rolled out the Sweet Dream, which was like a new zone that they added to it. New zone. Bit more challenging, a little tougher than the rest. And they've continued that. They only had Act 1 and 2 of the Sweet Dream Zone last time. This time they've got 3 and 4. The thing is, there's a lot more progression gating now. And if you want Act 4, you have to 100% the rest of the game, basically. You gotta get all the Dream Orbs, you gotta get all those red rings, you gotta get all the S ranks. It's for experts only. And I'm like, this is Apple's doing, isn't it? This is a way of getting people to keep their Apple Arcade subscriptions, because this is gonna take them a while. There's quite a learning curve, especially to those Sweet Dream Zones. You wanna get S rank on the Sweet Dream Zones, you've gotta be... Ooh, you gotta be good. You gotta be really good. Like, the S ranks
You gotta go fast.
Yes, Dylan, you've got to go fast. The S ranks in Sonic Dream Team, they ain't no pussy shit, alright? Those are serious. They're difficult to get. It takes facts, logic, mentality to get an S rank in Sonic Dream Team's many challenges. So, I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do another Dream Team stream. I was like, I don't want to keep Apple Arcade, though. I'd have to buy several months of this to get that. So, yeah, it was decided Why? It was decided that that was not what we would do.
Oh,
What
sorry,
is-
I'm just trying to
what is
spice
it?
things up. Just trying to
I'm
keep
just-
you on your toes.
I'm just cranky today, man. It's been a rough week, okay?
Oh,
Okay,
man.
not without its
Where's
positives. Not without its positive. Enough.
Where-
I will reveal a positive thing that happened recently that also caused me to fall out with Garrulous64. So,
What?
it's a bit of a story. Okay? So I was chatting with my supposed friend here, someone that's supposed to be my fucking friend. And he was all like, "Hey bro, you ever play Persona 64? Wait, no, Persona 5?" And I was like, I haven't played no Persona before. That's so brand new to me, man. That's new territory. And he's all like, "Okay, I'm good. I got you a little treat, bro. Check for Steam codes." And I check my chat, and I'm like, my god, how generous of this man. What a good friend he is. I feel so special. I feel so seen. And then I find out from fucking Frank that he buys Persona 5 for everyone. The fucking Jezebel. Just one of his many increasing body count, it seems.
No,
So
no,
he
no,
just-
whoa,
He just
wait,
used me. He's just
wait.
used
That's
me.
not true. That's incorrect. That's not what he said. Because I bought Persona 4 for everybody. I've never bought anybody Persona 5 before.
You mean I'm your first?
You're my first Persona 5 buy.
Oh, man. Oh, I feel like I've been such a jerk right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, get over here, bro.
You called me an it earlier. You called me it. What the fuck?
I mean, you gotta admit you are a bit sploinky, but like, yeah, fucking.
Oh,
where's
I don't know what that means.
where's gotta be freak when you need him?
Bring it
Gotta
in,
be
brother.
freak?
It is time for
Yeah,
an
gotta be
it
freak.
is time for an extra humid brotherly hug.
A very sweaty. No, hug it
Yeah.
out now.
Alright,
Alright,
yeah. Okay. That's it.
All right, so we are now officially at the halfway point of the episode. Just kidding. Can you imagine if this was halfway through? I'd want my money back. But
Oh,
Oh
thank
my
God.
god.
Dylan, you do have something to show us, don't you? Now that we're past
Already?
the news section. Yeah, well, it's just if, you know, once the purple text turns to the blue text, I just thought, you know, it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, would you rather wait? Would you rather wait a little?
No,
bit?
no, I can do it. I can start. I mean, it just doesn't really have a whole lot to do with anything.
It doesn't
but
need
I'll
to.
put it
You
on.
just have a funny little thing, a funny little jape for us to enjoy.
Hold on, let me pick a song real quick. What's your favorite Sonic Adventure song?
Oh fuck! It's
For
really
me, it's definitely
Omega's
Azure
theme?
Blue World.
I was gonna say Omega's theme is probably. mine as
Oh,
the most.
Omega's theme is good. Yeah. Omega's
Well, if
theme
you guys
is great.
were real fans, you would know
Oh,
that's
no,
not his
Gamma.
name.
Fuck, yeah, Gamma.
Oh, for
What the fuck
fuck's
is
sake!
Omega?
Listen, I just got up from a
Fucking
nap.
fake fans. Fans.
This past week has just felt like
I
one
was-
long
I
day
was
with
going
many
off
little
what-
naps in it. Okay,
Look,
it's been a tough time. It's been a rough one.
Look. I've been pulling an all-dayer, okay? I don't want to hear it.
I've been awake all day. You don't understand.
Yeah, you don't know my struggle.
You don't know what it's like out here.
Yeah,
This week
I
has-
knew it was Gamma. I'm not a fake fan.
It's
This-
hot as shit out today.
It
This week has just been trying. All right, it's been a rough week.
When I went to the store today and I was picking up stuff,
Chicks.
when I was picking when I went to the store to pick up chicks, yeah. Okay, no, sorry. When I went to the store today, the person, the clerk was like, "It's gonna be 100 degrees next week." They didn't just say that out of nowhere. There was a conversation happening, but they mentioned to me that it's possibly gonna be 100 degrees sometime next week, and I don't like that. I
No.
don't
For my
appreciate
sake,
that.
Can you calculate that to Celsius so it sounds a bit less impressive? Because
like 40.
I don't know, man.
see.
Isn't
different.
it like 40 degrees Celsius?
I mean, that doesn't sound that bad at all when you say it, right?
Right? Yeah, Celsius is like the way of
That's
the world.
like 40 degrees Celsius is still hot as shit though.
Oh
40
yeah, no, I
degrees
would.
Celsius is a lot. That sounds
I
like a
would
lot.
not survive in that kind of temperature. I don't survive in the late 20s.
Yeah. So, like, where I live, it's cold when it's cold. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
I'm also
Oh.
not surviving in the late 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Ugh,
It has sneezed. Bless you.
thanks. Thank you. Did that actually pick up on the mic?
It did a little.
Oh.
Clip that. Dylan
Did
sneezing.
it sound nice? Did it sound good? Was it a good one?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I just thought about all that mucus and just how I want to just rub it all over Trey's nipples.
No, why?
Um,
Why?
I don't have to stand for this. I'm gonna stream this PowerPoint presentation now.
Are you gonna do it now? Is that happening?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing
Okay.
it now. I decided.
Oh,
it's time.
wait, no, sorry. I accidentally went to the technical error screen. My bad. Let's go live stream.
Technical error.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
that. We have that screen.
All right, so Omega's theme, right? No, Gamma's theme.
Gamma's theme.
No, I didn't pick what you asked me. I didn't pick what you gave me. I just was asking.
This song also slaps. This song's good.
Wait.
See, I was gonna.
Okay, alright. Oh, this is also a great track, to be fair.
Yeah, no. When I asked you guys that, I had already picked Final Egg. So I was
So-
like, I hope one of them says Final Egg.
Do you want to
I would've,
confess
yeah.
to the gang in the chat that this is not brand new for them? That this is not a bespoke PowerPoint?
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so usually what happens with PowerPoint or any of the content I'm making for Sunset City is I make it like 12 minutes before the show starts, so it's at maximum levels of cringe. But don't worry, we're free. So this one actually was an unused PowerPoint. I think, was this the one?
From the vault, from the archives.
Yeah, we didn't use this in one episode, but what episode was it? We had a guest that day.
I
and
don't
think we just
remember.
forgot to tell it.
You just kind of, you were like, I'm not going to do this today. And you had a little meltdown.
No, we
And I
forgot to
had
do. No, we forgot
we
to
didn't,
do
we
it.
didn't forget.
that
You
day.
decided against it. You were like, no, this...
No.
No,
we-
you actually,
that's
no, you
the-
definitely, you decided
no,
against it.
I know. Listen,
It
listen,
was a
listen.
conscious decision. You
I know,
chose that.
but listen.
Hey, Chad, how you doing?
Listen to me. Listen, what happened was,
hope
I
you're
know
doing
what you're talking about. That's the time we said we were going to use it, because we were like, let's use it from last week, because
You
we
chose
forgot
to
to
do
use
this.
it.
This was your decision.
And then I decided to not do it the second
See?
time, because I didn't think it fit.
Keyword
So the first time,
decided.
it was a
No.
complete accident the first time.
You decided to forget.
I'm muting Pup in Discord. Alright,
You can't mute me.
so the PowerPoint is about
Mm-hmm.
why Sonic Adventure is the best game in the whole wide world, and this is factual evidence I have lined up.
Trey,
Okay,
I think he's onto something.
Yeah, he's onto something.
slide. Look at him. Multiple stories. Hello. You can play as
I have a
Sonic,
question.
Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Gamma, Big, and question mark. There is no other game where this happens except for Sonic Shuffle. But that game is simply a Mario Party ripoff and not a Sonic Adventure game.
I think he actually does have me muted because I just interrupted him
Slide.
and didn't say anything.
The stories.
That bitch.
Each character tells a story from their perspective, which changes how we see events play out.
You're a loser.
This is unique because we get to see him become a hero. Character development that will then be thrown away for shits and giggles after Sonic Heroes, in favor of turning him into a little baby bitch boy. Slide.
Okay,
Chao-
what's going on with that Amy render? What is happening here? Why is she kind of caked? What
I
happened?
looked at the title of the thing. I spelled
Chao Gurden.
I try to make as many grammatical errors as I can when I make these, and I haven't looked at this in a long time, so this feels kind of new to me.
He's really got
Alright.
me muted, that
Amazing.
piece of shit.
All right, Chao Garden. Sega introduced the Chao Garden in this game. We all love the Chao Garden and would love to see it return, yet they continue to hold it hostage from us. We wish this would make a return, but for now, we can enjoy it in its simplest form, in Sonic Adventure, or its better iteration, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle as well.
Seriously, why is that Amy render built like that?
Knuckles. I like him. His stages aren't too big, like they are in Sonic Adventure 2,
Whoa,
so his gameplay is
whoa.
very good and fast-paced. Slide.
I'm starting to
Uh-huh.
think Trey's got me muted as well now.
Serious time.
I don't have you muted.
Ah, thank you, Trey.
No problem. Anything for you.
I love you, Trey.
The real story
I love you
of
too.
E102 Gamma is
you
one
wanna
of
kiss while he's doing
heroism,
this PowerPoint?
tragedy.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
E102 Gamma begins his life as a pawn, but quickly sees through the charade of his master, Dr. Eggman. He realizes how disposable him and his siblings are, and after a run-in with Amy Rose, he is able to break free of his programming to do what is right.
That's too hard,
He makes
Trey.
his way
Ow.
through the E-Series robots, saving each of the trapped animals, powering them, and makes the ultimate sacrifice in the process. His story would go on to inspire billions, and he will never be forgotten by the gamers who played Sonic Adventure. I don't like this one, though, that much. Sorry.
Whoa.
Holy shit, what a cool villain, though. I love that render.
I thought you were just saying that like casually, and then I looked over and you actually had that as the title of the slide.
Of course.
Like, holy shit, what a cool
Chaos
Trey,
is the
tell
coolest.
Dylan to unmute me.
I
It's
haven't had
hurting
you
my
muted the
pride.
entire time, I've just been ignoring you.
You piece of shit! One does
I
not
convinced
simply
you,
ignore
though.
me.
You really thought I was muted. If you
You
listen back really carefully, there were some moments where you start saying things and my voice wavers because I am gonna stop, but then I remember I'm trying to pretend that I'm muting.
You have become quite a formidable gaslighter, and I think this might be my doing. So I'm gonna
Yes,
take the credit. I did really good.
Ever since I got to this podcast, I've devolved
Yay for me, pup.
in a good way. Sorry, where was I? So he's
You
the
were talking
coolest
about-
mother fluffer they've ever come up with. Not only is he tied to the Chaos Emeralds that have been a major plot point since the beginning of the franchise, he's also a tortured soul being used for evil purposes. All of us can relate to this. For instance, me being forced to
what
make
the
these
fuck?
PowerPoints 5 minutes before every podcast.
This one has been sitting on the fucking grill for 10 years.
It's been 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks, right? Since I made this.
6 months.
It's been a long time. That's awesome. That's so cool. We can see how long this has been sitting for after this. Oh, that's all, folks. There's Lewis.
Incredible.
I hope you
can't-
guys liked that.
I can't ask any questions though because there's no any questions slide.
Oh yeah, no, I don't usually do that. But hold on, let's see if I can
Yeah.
find out where this was made or
He
when this was
doesn't
made.
want to hear our questions. He is a completely What's this
Oh,
porn
gosh.
thing you've got in your little tabs?
What do you mean?
Porn.
Sonic X Shadow? That's our stream.
Whoa. A stream
See-
within a stream.
See, look at the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, we're streaming my screen to the stream.
Yeah,
Look at that. Look, we can just
leave
leave it like that now. It'll look all classic-y.
That's
Alright.
crazy. That's crazy town.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything else for you. That was actually a pretty long one.
That was, yeah, I don't know why you took so long with that. Like, maybe you were actually trying this time, I don't know. But,
I didn't include a spot for Amy. What do you mean? She was on there.
Yeah, she was on
Yeah,
She
there.
was in the
on there.
PowerPoint.
She had the
Yeah.
oddly caked up render. Oh, really? Why was she looking like that? What's going on?
I
here?
just used the Sonic Adventure renders. I don't know. I didn't know about that Chaos render. That render was actually really nice. He's all like, I'm gonna grab you.
I'm gonna grab you.
He cooked so hard he accidentally muted the music. Did I? No. Pop, stop the stream. So,
Yeah, the stream
or I
has
stopped the
ended.
stream.
Stream has ended.
Sorry, I'm still listening to the music. You guys don't get to. But
What
you
the
can go
fuck?
look it up on YouTube. What? It's on my computer. What do you want?
Final egg. Imagine that being like the final egg, like final chicken? Final egg.
Yeah, what came first?
Also, why
Came
did he
first,
call
the
it that?
final-
Was he convinced that he was going to be killed this time or something? Like,
I think he didn't. I think he thought it sounded cool.
like Final Fortress as well. Was he convinced this is the last fortress I'm ever going to make because I'm definitely going to get killed? Like, does Robotnik know something we don't? Has he had some horrible news? Like, what's going on here?
Is he sick?
He had some
Yeah.
news about the future of the franchise, and he was like, I need to end it here.
Yeah.
Okay, guys in the chat, why can't caked mean chest? Why does it have to mean ass? Why can't it
Oh, I don't
mean
know.
chest?
I think it doesn't it always mean
I thought it just always meant
rear?
thick.
why?
Regardless.
Why? I just thought it meant like fat, effectively. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
if we
I'm
should
not the one who
talk
gets
about
to
this.
decide these things.
Yeah.
fat is not a bad thing as long as you have it in the socially acceptable places. That's the lesson for today.
Fuck, no.
What? What have I said? What have I said that's incorrect now?
Yeah, I feel like I exist on this podcast to be like the little Jiminy Cricket that stands on Pup's shoulder. When he says anything, I have to be like, now, Pinocchio, listen.
Get off my
You
shoulder.
can't cringe post on the internet. You can't.
It really fucking hurts. Get off of there. You're taller than me.
I know, but I'm just a little cricket right now.
Gunnar says
think he's
it's called
talking-
cake because you eat ass. You can't eat breast. Yes, you fucking can. Also,
Hey, I like. First of all, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? All right, that's
exactly.
Cannibal
my thing.
podcast.
No, that's not the same.
Have I ever told you about my college final project or university finals project? College is.
I really want to know how this relates to your college project.
I'll show you later. It's a film about casual cannibalism.
Okay,
Kind of a.
perfect.
Dylan is Nick, but not old as shit.
How much older is Nick than me? I'm
Nick really
28
isn't
or something.
Nick is
Okay.
ancient, dude. Like, Nick was born in
Was he,
like
like,
1960.
No, he's
1968.
not. No.
Oh my
he's not.
gosh. That is pretty old.
Okay, I will type his age in the back rooms, okay? I don't think he wants his age known, but put it in the back rooms.
Okay.
There you go.
75? No, I'm kidding.
He's younger than me.
No, he's fucking not. You are literally prepubescent. Well, anyways,
And Chip Fan says he's starting to look
yeah,
green.
and he's post-pubescent.
Dude, every time we start the podcast, just start adding more green to my shirt until I'm completely green.
just gotta make you look gradually a little grumpier as well. Like, you gotta... Even when
me a
Nick's got
beard.
even when he's got his happy emotes, he's got these grimacing eyebrows. So we gotta give you grimacing eyebrows.
It fucking
That is-
rocks.
That actually makes a
does
lot of
have-
sense though, because he does have grimacing eyebrows in real life.
He does, yeah. But he's like,
Oh no,
he's like
wait a minute. I have
like
to
one of those
retract
sweet
my Persona thing earlier. Remember I mentioned that Persona Q thing earlier? That was not real. I
Remember
scrolled
when
down.
I
and
mentioned
it
that
was fake.
gullible is written on the ceiling?
Oh, did you look at it and you saw that it said it was fake?
No, I just, as the ultimate knowledgeable Persona wizard, I know all. I have
No,
all
shut
the
up.
facts.
Listen, I listened to the song and I was happy and I liked that. Like, it's cool. I liked that.
Actually, yeah, that's a
Why
point.
would-
Dylan,
Why would they
question.
do this to me?
Question.
Yeah?
Sally Acorn. Would you tap that?
What the fuck? What?
Would you tap that?
Where does this?
Okay.
Where did this question come from?
Would you
Okay,
tap
he's
that?
definitely not Nick.
Wait,
Abort the
hang on.
question.
I'm waiting for an answer. Right now, he's just
No!
asking me further questions. All right, he's not Nick.
Oh, it was a Nick test.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Nick.
Yeah.
We need to inject some nicotine into Dylan.
No,
So stupid.
I need to, you gotta get one of those patches, slap it on me, and I'll start turning into Nick.
We'll just be.
Oh
At
my
the
god, I'm becoming Nicholas!
We'll be at the sunset sleepover, in the treehouse, and Dylan just wakes up covered in nicotine patches. He's like, "Ha ha! You're addicted to nicotine now."
That is such a like a Rick and Morty ass prank to pull
To
on
be
someone.
honest, I also think that Dylan is lying slightly, but it's okay. He doesn't want to share these things in public. That's fine. Whatever.
The fuck?
It's fine. Okay, look. Type in the backrooms. Just a Y or an N. Okay, and I won't read out whatever your answer is.
It's just gonna be no.
Trey, just let him answer. We won't tell anyone what
Okay.
the answer is. We won't tell anyone. This it? Right. Dylan, you think this is a fucking game, alright? Enough with the fucking emojis, alright? Just come on
Wait,
now.
tell them how I responded to your question. Tell them.
No, I said I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't do that.
But it's funny.
Okay, but if you don't see Rouge the Bat and immediately think, I just want to, you know, like that. That is
What is with this episode?
Pup is projecting so hard onto everybody around him.
all I'm saying is that's some evidence that like this
He is
month.
projecting desperately.
Dylan, if you see Rouge the Bat and you don't just want to, do that, I think
Pup,
June
when I
might.
see Rouge the Bat, I want to collect Master Emerald shards.
I think June might be the month for you, little buddy.
What are you talking about?
Hell yeah!
I
I'm happy
think
for you.
this month is for you, pal.
Little buddy? What are you talking about, little buddy?
This is your month, buddy. Be you. Be yourself.
What are you talking about?
So what Sonic characters do you want to fuck?
I don't.
Okay, so
Topaz.
he's alright, so he's Ace. Alright, fine.
Topaz. Topaz.
Topaz.
No, that's
Yeah,
so
Sonic X.
Trey.
That
Trey,
counts. That don't even
No,
say that doesn't count.
Trey,
It counts.
Trey,
It absolutely counts.
Trey, listen,
Pup,
listen.
you keep talking about how much you love Sonic X. You can't say.
No, but Trey, listen. All right, we had remember episode 69 of Sunset City. I don't think you listened to that because you're a fake fan. But
Oh my god.
that episode was all about our top 10 rankings of the hottest Sonic characters. Because it was episode 69, it was a must. And Wayne comes in with the Topaz, with all the human characters. And I just said to
Yes.
Wayne, no. I said to Wayne, your list is the equivalent of going to
No,
an
no.
Hear me out. Your list is the equivalent of going to an exotic new country and eating at McDonald's. You're not trying the cuisine. You're not getting the thing that you can't get at home. You can get fucking a million. You can get a million topazes on Earth. I got one behind me in my bed right now, just sleeping there. All right, she'll wake up soon. You can get a million billion topazes.
I hope.
What are you?
But
What the hell is happening?
there
Oh,
are
you know,
no-
wait, that's a good point. Quacktrap says Pup's the only guy with a persona here.
Yeah.
It's not a
That is
persona,
true.
it's a tribute. It's a tribute. We've been over this.
You're a VTuber. That's what you are. I don't.
No, I'm not a VTuber because my eyelids
furry
never once
VTuber.
glitch and my animation just remains pretty pristine for the most part.
Fair enough.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Can you
good.
shrug your shoulders? I've noticed that every VTuber cannot shrug their shoulders.
Actually, my one doesn't shrug its shoulders yet, but I can program that in.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you need the shrugging emote for like thumbnails, you know? Like the problem with Knuckles, the show.
Yeah. You need the cross arms one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what you're
Show
saying is, I
mentioned
need to look at
No, like
LS.
Drew.
I need to look at LS Mark's pose library and just be like, let's just do that.
Yes, absolutely. Good old
What
What were
LS
we
one.
talking about?
Well, okay, so yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do things to Rouge the Bat, but back to
No one's really saying that there's
We're gonna
anything
talk.
wrong.
We're gonna talk about Shadow or something.
I wanted to start by talking
Someone
about some of.
in the chat said they haven't talked about Shadow yet the entire time.
We
so.
will. Don't worry, we definitely will. First, let me just put my bedroom light on. Hang on, I'm carrying the mic with me, so there might be a bit of. Hang on, wait.
I keep
just-
forgetting that like every time we start a show, it's like nighttime for you.
Yeah, it really is Sunset City over here. But okay, right. I mean, it's more Sunset Village where I am. But let me just set the mic back down,
Sunset Villa. Heard that.
making sure I don't disconnect the thing. Yeah, hang on. Wait a second. Hell yeah! How was that? Was that good audio? Was that good listening?
It was.
Any hiccups? All right. Okay. So we're going on into our main meat topics, and we're going to be talking all about the stuff we've learned in the first of the weeks of Shadow. And I want to start off by talking about some of these new Izuka interviews that have been surfacing. We've had some revelations from Izuka, things we've learned about the future of the Sonic franchise, or certain installments within it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready, boys?
I'm so
I'm ready.
ready. What
Alright,
did
so
Izuka say?
The first thing I've got written down here is that he was asked about Sonic Dream Team. Dream Team. Is there a
That's
future?
a good one.
Is there a future for that game off of Apple Arcade? I think this question was asked by Sonic Stadium. A lot of these were. That's the main source I've used for a lot of this is Sonic Stadium. Really good news resource. A lot of integrity. But, okay. So, yeah. They were asked about the future of Sonic Dream Team. Which Izuka responded. That Sonic Dream Team is an Apple Arcade game, and it will remain that way. Absolutely no word on whether or not there's any kind of future. No vagueness. He's just pretty up front. It's an Apple Arcade title. That's how it's going to stay. Now, there is a possibility that while he's got this contract with Apple, maybe he's not allowed to say otherwise. But at the same time, I'm just going to kind of take these things as wrote. That's a fucking bummer, because Sonic Dream Team is, like, the most polished Sonic game ever made. Like, if you release that for everyone to play, people would be like, what do you mean? What do you mean people actually can make Sonic games? What's going on here? But it's a real
actually
game.
Make them. How did you do this? How did you do that?
This game's a game.
Yeah,
Do you think?
It's an actual game.
it's not turning itself inside out trying to process the player input I just did. It's
Do you
a
think
marvelous
there's
game.
gonna be a way at some point to play that game without the Apple Arcade, whether it be
Oh.
like it's not gonna be by Sega's hand? But, like, do you think there will be a way to play it?
Well,
I think so, but like,
Or will it be lost media?
I
I
have
think
another idea.
right?
Because another question Izuka answered, this time from IGN. He was asked what other remasters are in the pipeline. And he said that they're basically just going to listen, they're going to play it by ear, listen to what the fans want for what remasters and remakes. And at this IGN thing, there were a lot of chants for Sonic Unleashed, some chants for Sonic Heroes. So he's feeling the love when it comes to those titles. The IGN rep guy even said, I don't care what the reviews say, Sonic Unleashed was my jam. And I'm like, okay, this guy's good. This guy's good. I'm happy I'm happy with how far IGN have come in representing Sonic in their coverage now. Because there's been a lot of talk about Sonic reviews. But okay, if Izuka's like, we're going to listen to what the fans want, I'm going to start campaigning. I want a remaster, because whenever they do these remasters, they release them on all the modern consoles, alright? So give me a remaster of Sonic Dream Team. Give me Sonic X Silver Dream Team.
Yes, actually, yes, because he has a dream of an absolution, and that would work perfectly. Please,
have
please, I'm
additional
begging you.
absolution story where Silver...
That would
you
be
could
the
even give
best
him,
case scenario for me.
You could even give him special levels based around his moveset, just like what they've done with Shadow in Shadow Generation.
I would cry and scream.
Sonic X Silver Dream Team, please. I'll take that. Thank you very much, Izuka. Everyone, campaign. Make it known.
Okay, this is the first time I'm fully on board with something Pup's talking about.
Yeah.
You weren't on board with me when I said Happy Pride Month to everybody?
That's not okay. Listen, you need to calm down. You need to stop saying things that are not true, because that never happened.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that the
can't flip
validity of
that on
Pride
me.
Month is not true? Because I was saying, like, I think Pride Month is good, and you're saying that's not true? Dylan.
That's not what I said. You are
You are.
flipping this around on me. I think Pride Month is the best month. Honestly, it's my favorite.
You said that. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah. Yes.
So stupid.
What do you mean the birth of Jesus Christ is not your favorite month?
Yeah.
What do you? That's his birth is not a month. You dipshit. What are you talking about?
December. What do you mean December is not your December's my favorite month.
He was born on a day in December, not the entire month.
Well, actually, according to, I believe, the pagan calendar, was actually born in January, but, you know, who's fucking checking, you know? Like,
You know what? Actually, I don't even care. I didn't read the book.
I didn't read the Bible. I wrote the Bible.
Interesting.
I read it, but I don't think it says anywhere like when he was born.
When?
Like when? No, not when. I meant like when in terms of day, not year. I know it's BC and AD. All right.
He was
I'm not
born in 9,999 BC.
Guys, I do have,
He was born on year 1.
You're 1 out of 2024, or whatever the fuck.
I have a secret to reveal to you after the show is over, but we'll get to that.
Wasn't it Easter? No, he was killed right before Easter and then rose again.
Yeah, he didn't
right,
die for
isn't
very
that how it
long.
is?
Like,
That's what-
there wasn't much of a
The
chance of
only
character
Christian
development.
Sonic podcast.
Welcome
Dude,
to
this
Sunset City,
actually
the
brings up a
Christian-
very funny moment for me, because, like, whenever... This is the most bizarre thing, but there was this one time that Sam Procrastinates was streaming Super Mario 64, and he posed the question to me, because I think someone in the chat said Mario is it's like the Christianity of video games. And I was like, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that,
No,
but I
that
think
does
I know
check
what you
out.
mean.
I think that checks out.
Then,
It's
so
like
he goes to me,
the
well, if
mainstream one.
Mario's Christianity, what is Sonic? And I immediately went, it's like Satanism. Or something. And from that moment on...
okay, Okay, so here's the thing, Dylan, alright? You fucking prejudice, alright? I want you to think about this for one
What?
fucking second. Listen.
You're not gonna tell me you're a Satanist. You're not gonna tell me that Channel Pup is a Satanist.
I dated a sort of Satanist, alright? For a while. And
Okay.
I did get to see some excerpts from the Satanist Bible, and all I'm saying is, going by that, Satan was the reasonable one. Hearing his side of the story, he was the chill one. And I just
Dude,
want to point out,
Are
a
we
dude that punishes really bad people. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Satan's
Oh
job
my god.
is to punish the evils
hold on.
in the world.
Hold on. I
It's
fucking
God's
love
job
the
to
idea.
decide whether or not they go there, alright? Hear me out. Hear me the fuck out, okay? Satan's not the one saying, if you don't go to church every Monday, Sunday, whatever the fuck, you go to hell. That's fucking God saying that. Satan just has to punish them. So if you think
Alright,
about
first
it,
of all,
Satan is just doing his job, and God is
That's
being
not-
unreasonable, okay?
listen, I don't believe in any of them at all, but I'm pretty sure God doesn't say that you have to do that.
It depends
I
what
don't
fucking
see-
religion you're subscribing to. All I know is I almost got put in a fucking cult of the fucking supernatural arts a couple of weeks
That's
back.
so insane to me. But I want to roll back for a second
I've
to the
still-
point
I've
where
still got
you
the pamphlet.
started.
I've got the
You
pamphlet,
said
hang
if
on.
you hear him out, he's actually got a good point, and I love that you're talking about the devil.
I got
And
the
it's like, yeah, no shit that he could convince you he's got a point. He's the devil.
No,
Of course he would
listen.
fucking be able to convince you.
Well, that just sounds like a fucking bias. Your reasoning is he's the devil. That's who he is. Therefore, we shouldn't listen. So who told you?
Hey,
Who
it's
told you
me.
It's me, the devil.
It's me.
All right,
the
okay, so
devil.
I've got
From
I've got
the
this pamphlet.
Bible.
I've got this pamphlet here. Okay, so in the back one. Okay, so first of all, it talks about, like, we're created for a purpose by a loving creator. God cares about what happens.
You have an actual fucking pamphlet from
I
a
took
cult?
I took a pamphlet with me, alright? Fuck it.
Can you read that? Will they know? Like, will they be able to find us through SEO search terms?
It's the Church of the Supernatural something or others, but like,
Okay,
Oh,
just
what was
don't
the name
tell
of
them
it?
where we live.
Oh, no, so here's the thing. They were swarming my hometown. They were fucking swarming. You couldn't escape them. So, me, my buddy Sam and my buddy Lewis, we were just out and about. Sam and Lewis were making music that day, and we went down to the river to enjoy a salad. I'm just going to say it like that. We enjoyed a salad, and there were these people in this big circle singing Hallelujah repeatedly. Like, repeatedly. No melody or anything. They were just singing it repeatedly.
They
And
were
we decided-
they were doing a live performance of Shrek the movie.
We we decided we were going to sample that for one of Sam
I
and
need a
Lou's,
hero.
one
Anyways,
of Sam and
sorry.
Lou's fucking music tracks, all right?
So tough.
And while we're just hoofing away at this delicious lettuce bowl that we've got, these folks approach us, and they're
You
very
guys are
friendly.
like a bunch of like giraffes over there. Bunch of
Yeah.
zebras.
They're very friendly. They're very sweet people, and I think the truth be told, they've gone through things that have led them down this path. This one lady was telling me how she lost her son, and with this belief,
Aw,
she can believe that he's in a good place. He's being looked after. God's looking out for her and her son. So you know what? Absolutely no disrespect to these folks. They seem like nice folks, sweet folks. But it did alarm me a little bit how when we left, we were getting followed by other ones that started kind of intruding on the conversation, saying, "I hope to see you at the ceremony tonight," and handing us tickets to the
I
ceremony.
don't like that.
And then, and then because we had the munchies, because that lettuce we had made us really hungry, we decided to go to a burger van.
Are you a
Okay.
fucking guinea pig? What?
We went
No,
to a-
he was getting high.
No,
He
no,
was
I want
getting
no,
high.
no, Trey, don't fucking rat me out, bro. I live in the UK. It's not legal.
really?
Was that a
Oh.
metaphor? That was a
No, it
metaphor?
was. It was
Oh.
not. It was
That was a metaphor?
definitely not a metaphor. Wink. It was not a
Okay,
metaphor.
that's less funny now. I just have the literally I'm just thinking of you and your friends eating a bowl of lettuce. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. You got indoctrinated into a cult while you were eating a bowl of lettuce with the boys.
Look, it was Caesar salad. It was nice. It was covered in dressing. We enjoyed it. Anyways, so we go to this burger van because we're hungry, and we get these.
He's like a fucking Minecraft character. You wave a piece of lettuce in front of him, and he follows you like
He's
he
just
like floats in the air like a
the
cartoon.
people want to hear about Sonic. Let me get through this story, and we can get back to Sonic, okay?
Okay,
Right,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, sorry for our religious tangent. We're gonna get back to Sonic very
No,
soon.
so we sat down at this burger van. They've got a little seating area, and we get these fresh burgers. They're really good burgers, by the way, really good.
Yeah, I want one.
If you're ever in my hometown and you see that burger van, it comes out on Wednesdays. Great burgers. And we sit down, and we notice there's a lot of people without food that start sitting down. And we see they got those tickets in their hands again. And it's like, God damn it. They're just swarming. And we're just seeing that people left, right, and center are getting approached by these very religious people. But, okay, I want to read out the consequence page, because you were saying you surely don't go to hell if you don't believe in God. But, like, listen to this, right? This is the back of the pamphlet. It's called The Consequences, okay?
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, here we go. By choosing to live without God's loving rule over our lives, we separate ourselves from Him being capitalized. We also run the risk of terrible consequences after death, a permanent separation from God in hell. God does not want anyone in hell. He wants all people to turn to Him so they can receive His forgiveness and experience His new life He planned for them originally. To make this possible, God paid a high price. And that is referring to when God decided to turn Himself into Jesus and sacrificed Himself for our sins, and therefore we are all sinful from birth. It's very stringent. And I've been thinking a lot about, like, this got me thinking, because we did think about going to the ceremony just for shits and giggles, at least just to film it, you know, as part of the music video we're working on. But decided maybe that's a little disrespectful, didn't do that. But we did a lot of research on this, and it made me realize something. The fact that we went home and were researching this meant we were already on one rung of the ladder into this fucking cult stuff. We were already on the ladder.
Right, alright, wait, okay, alright. Enough. We need to not, like, this is literally, like, I just realized we've been talking about this for way too long, and we're gonna start coming off as, like, a religious podcast, and people don't...
It's important to have a little bit of a variation in this podcast.
First of all,
there's a little bit for everyone.
Yeah,
first of all, if you describe them as
a
cult, I don't trust what they have to say.
Well, I just think they seem a bit culty. But,
yeah, so if that's the case, then I don't trust them.
Well, no, here's the thing, is what I learned from this. The revelation I had a divine revelation, okay?
Great, okay.
Okay, so I realized something, is like, God can take many forms, alright? I just want to point out I'm not religious. God can take a lot of different forms, okay?
Why are we talking about this?
Just hear me out. What if God was one day like, I'm gonna go back down to that world, but I'm gonna do things a little differently this time, alright? I'm not gonna give myself superpowers. I'm gonna give myself...
Are you telling us that you are the Christian God? I'm gonna be a YouTuber, a dog-themed YouTuber.
I am. That is exactly what I'm saying. But I must have, like, I don't know, been like, I'm gonna do like a memory wipe or something before I go down there, just so I can live as one of them. That's me. That is me. I'm him. So
that's interesting how you view the world.
Yeah, you better thank me. You better thank me.
Thanks, Pop. Listen,
don't worry. If you don't,
infinite money, then I'll believe you.
Listen, don't listen to the pamphlet though. I'm not gonna send you to hell if you don't believe. I'm chill like that. You know, just don't kill people or things. You know, like we're good.
Just don't kill people. That's the only rule.
We're good, bro. So yeah, Satan is just doing his job. Don't worry about it. But okay. So Sonic, right?
Yeah, Sonic.
Right. Yeah, what were we going to talk about? Sonic X Shadow Generations, where they kiss?
Yeah, we're talking about... Yeah, exactly.
Right, so, okay, alright. Okay. Well, we wanted a Sonic X Silver Dream Team, didn't we? So that's something.
Yes, please.
A lot of people said Sonic X Silver Lost World. I'd say if you're going to do a mainline one, do Sonic X Silver Unleashed. That would be really cool.
Oh, God. I think either Knuckles or Silver would be good for that, because Knuckles, it was... supposedly supposed to be in that game, remember?
Supposedly supposed to be in that game. Good job, Dylan.
And like, so if him and Shadow were supposedly supposed to be in that game and Shadow's getting this one, then it could be cool to have some more Knuckles-centered content. If they want to, like, do Knuckles Season 2.
That'd be cool.
I want to point a little something out, right? Okay? Lose me. So,
you
could do, alright, Sonic X Silver Unleashed, and in the Silver one, you could have some Wear Silver stages.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you're not bringing any werewolf stuff, if you're not bringing in any werewolf stuff into your Sonic Unleashed remaster, then what are you doing? You know, what you do?
No, what they should do is actually properly remaster 06 and have like Silver have like better abilities.
Additional content.
Buy out P06, finish it up, because I think Chaos X mentioned that they don't intend to do like the hub worlds or the story beats.
They're not yet. Yeah.
And I know that people
already hub worlds in it. I thought there already were.
No, but I understand I understand that some people are a little bummed out by that, because yes, it would be cool to have a comprehensive brand new remake, but Chaos X does not owe us anything. Like,
Well, yeah,
anything.
no.
Chaos
Well,
X
like-
has bestowed us a gift that will have my
Oh, yeah, of
eternal
course.
respect,
And-
unless they
and like modders, we've already
become a
seen
racist or
modders
something,
can do
which they
crazy
wouldn't.
stuff with it, and I'm sure modders can just finish that stuff. It's fine. It'll be
Yeah.
complete eventually.
Are people mad at Chaos X for not wanting to do the hub worlds?
Some
and story
folks were a
beats?
little
I assume
disappointed in
some
it.
people are probably upset.
I would imagine some are. I've seen some people are a little disappointed, but it's like, hold on to that disappointment, because Chaos X is not the person to direct that disappointment towards.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
Sega.
they're doing everything. Like
It's
they
Sega
did all
for
of the
not
levels.
hiring this person. Like, I would
they
say,
do the missions, the bosses.
I would
like,
say,
so much.
what the best thing Sega could ever do is they could get Takeshi Iizuka out with a hamper of assorted meats and knock on Chaos X's door. And you start off by saying, I've got some meats for you. You pass Chaos X the meats. Thank you very much. Delicious. That will go well on the grill. And Izuka's like, okay, so here's what we got. We got $1 billion here, right? I'm going to give you this. You just give us PO6, and we'll just... Don't worry about those hub words. We'll do the rest, all right? But we just want to take what you got and just get that on the Switch, get it on the PlayStation 5.
Oh god, and they ruin it. And they ruin it.
Shut up.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine they get it and they ruin it? They make it worse.
They just
that
ruin
would
it.
be very Sega of them. But they've changed, bro. They've turned over a new leaf. They said it wouldn't happen.
Oh
again.
yeah. I think it is funny because Kishimoto, who's been the director for Sonic games since Colors, isn't directing Sonic X Shadow Generation.
Oh, we'll
from
get
what
to
I
this.
understand.
Yeah, I wanted to mention something about this.
Oh, I didn't know that. He's not.
Really? Oh yeah. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
no,
he
they've
not?
got. I think the director of this one. I don't know if it's okay. So I think the director of this one definitely isn't Kishimoto, but they have got the old Sonic Generations level designers on Sonic X Shadow Generation.
Oh,
I
for
think it
real?
is.
Like they're not doing that as a lie this time. Like when they made Forces, they made it for real this time.
Yeah, like Izuka has mentioned like individual names and stuff that are working on this project, and it is the Sonic team of 2011.
I want to
working on
say.
this one.
I want to
Very
say
cool.
this. Yeah, I know. You said we're going to talk about it later, but I think it is the director of Sonic Generations. Who was the director of Sonic
Oh.
Generations?
Let me see. Let me look that up right now. Sonic Generations director Zack Snyder.
Oh my God!
There it is.
killed.
Snyder mention of the day. Thank you, everybody.
Ha 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 ha! I'm funny.
now we're back to normal. No more.
Okay, everybody
the-
point.
tangents.
Everybody laugh.
Okay, the director of Sonic Generations was Hiroshi Miyamoto, and the Shadow
Okay.
Generations director is let's have a look. Let's see what we can discover. The director of this one is Katsuyuki Shigihara. So, not the same person.
Not the same.
right?
Okay.
No.
I thought
Not the
I thought it was. My bad. But
No,
that's still
no.
cool.
They're not the same. Racist. But
No, that's not what are you talking about. That's not. No. You're not doing this to me. You can do it to Dylan, but you
No.
can't do this to
No,
me.
you can't do it to me either. You can't.
see how they
won't
turn
allow
on
this.
each other, chat. See the
No,
animals
listen.
that I
I'm
work with.
me and Trey and I. Sorry, we are a united front. We're a team.
Oh,
That's true.
such a united front, given that he just threw you under the bus right now. I think you should fight
No,
him.
he didn't. He
No, I
We're a
didn't. I
team.
just recognize how you treat Dylan.
Yeah, and this
I
is
think-
strategic.
No,
Yeah.
he turned on you, Dylan. You should take off your little colostomy bag, fold it into like a sausage roll shape,
Stop
and feed it to
Talking
him.
about my, it's an ileostomy bag. First of all, it's not a colostomy bag. And stop talking about it.
Okay. You
You can't keep using that. You can't.
do not poop
It's-
in the conventional way, and it fascinates me.
I don't, but it saves me so much time.
Not normal.
I know. Listen,
Other.
I don't even think about it most of the time, but there are sometimes I think about it and I'm just like, wow, this is just not normal. You know, like it'll just
Yeah.
hit me and I'll be like, fuck, I'm just never gonna be normal again.
I
But
mean,
you know what?
You could have
Chat.
a new anus installed.
You know what, chat? Normal is boring.
Yeah. Who takes their normal pills? Not me.
I don't take my normal pills.
I take the closest thing that I have to normal.
I take the anxiety begons, and and a few other things, but that's it.
Anxiety becomes.
That's what I have. Okay.
I need them, or else I turn into a very upset person. I get turned into a very deranged individual.
It is worth noting, though, I'm not saying anything definitive here, because I don't like piling issues onto any one person or anything like that.
Right.
But there is a part of me that's like, whoever's directing this one, can we just get them on the next one? Or, like, get them to help Kishimoto or something?
Well, it is a
game
thing.
first and see if we want that.
Yeah, but it is a thing where, like, the entire vibe is just different.
It's got a good vibe.
Kishimoto,
With the new director,
yeah. It is confirmed that he is working on the Frontier sequel. He is the one doing that. And he has listened to the fans, and I do appreciate everything he's done. I just want to see some evidence that he can produce something that looks like this. Like what we're seeing with Shadow Generations. Because Shadow Generations looks to have good level design that doesn't look like it was made in a fucking refrigerator. And it's got visual aesthetics, polish, and stuff like that. It's something that knows what it wants to be. Now, in fairness, Shadow Generations is a smaller project. It is picking up a lot of the pieces of Frontiers to create that whole thing. There's a lot of Kishimoto's DNA in there, particularly with things like combat and stuff like that. But it is like... So, if we look at Kishimoto's other projects, like, one of the things that I've found has been a common thing in Kishimoto works is conveyance is a little bit of an issue. Look at the second King Arthur fight in Sonic and the Black Knight. You don't know what the fuck to do. And look at Sonic Frontiers, The Final Horizon. You don't know what the fuck to do half the time. And that's something that I've... Aside from the Barrel of Doom and that one generator in Sonic CD, that's not really been that much of a problem in the Sonic franchise.
Barrel of Doom.
But then...
Kishimoto didn't do that. That wasn't his fault.
I know. I'm not... yeah, I play Sonic 3 and Knuckles get stuck on the on the fucking Barrel of Doom, and I'm just like, fucking Kishimoto. I mean, remember when we did the live stream of Dream Team the other day, Dylan, and every time there was a glitch, I was like, fucking Kishimoto. But, like, level design philosophies. Like, look at Sonic Colors. The majority of its levels look like they were made in a level creator. Like, not like an actual gaming program thing. It just looks like blocks.
Right.
Lost World is pretty diegetic, but I don't think it gets the general idea of what a Sonic is supposed to be. And then you look at some of the levels of Forces, and it's like there was barely an attempt. There's no block platforming, but there was barely an attempt at level design.
There's barely platforming.
And then you look at Frontiers, and it's like, oh yes, we've got platforming, but it's blocks in the fucking sky. I just don't think that... I haven't seen evidence to suggest that Kishimoto is very good at diegetic level design. And that was one of the things that just amazed me with all of the stuff we're seeing of Shadow Generations, is how every part of this looks purposeful, like it belongs. Now, again, I don't want to pin that down on any one person, because I'll say this, the issues that Kishimoto Sonic games have, they don't really have in common with each other. And there's a lot of different variables that go into this. But it is one of those things where it is like, some of the mistakes that Sonic Frontiers Final Horizon makes, I do wonder how those mistakes can even be made in the first place. Like, he's the one overseeing that development. How did we get the Final Horizons hard mode Master King trial, where we've got a perfect parry on a boss fight that shreds the idea of a perfect parry, being the Wyvern? How did we get that? And things like the lack of conveyance in the end fight, which I still think is one of the best final bosses in the Sonic series, purely for the vibes, purely for the combat and stuff.
It is a spectacle.
People said, though, they gave the feedback, and Kishimoto is the one that at least we know publicly was listening to said feedback. People gave the feedback of, it's not clear enough that you have to get the cord off of his head. So they put a button prompt in, but it's exclusive to easy mode. It's like, why are you only learning half of the lesson here? The button prompt...
I do want to interrupt you one moment, just because of something you said. Seema Seema and Chet said Forces and Colors definitely had diegetic levels a good amount of the time. I am inclined to agree with them on that for a lot of Colors, but I do agree with you that, I mean, Forces definitely had a lot of blocky level design.
Well, I mean,
and
Forces...
Colors did have some blocky stuff. in some places,
Forces
but I do
in-
think Colors did a better job.
Forces
I
in
think
the
Colors
main
did have
game.
some good stuff.
Forces in the main game didn't have blocky level design. It was mainly in the bonus stages. But the thing with Forces is there just isn't level design in the first
Platforming
place.
was kind of meh,
Yeah,
though. Like,
it's
it was
like,
kind of blocky platforming.
you didn't have
and boring
those blocky.
stuff.
Right.
You didn't have those blocky platforms because you didn't have platforming in that game effectively. Then for Sonic Colors, the Act 1s and 2s do look good, and I think that does prove enough, I guess. But I found a lot of the acts after that were very much like spamming blocks all over the place. It looks like it's been made in like a custom level creator. I think that's just how I see that one. But I mean, at the same time, again, I don't like pinning that on any one person, but it is just a thread that I have noticed is that platforming doesn't feel quite as diegetic in Kishimoto. But then there's Lost World, where the platforming does look diegetic. And Lost World, even though I don't like the art style, that's not Kishimoto. That's not his thing. He doesn't do the art style. And as it is, absolutely no disrespect to him, I would like him to keep working on Sonic games, but there's a part of me that's seeing this Shadow Generations footage, and just purely as a consumer, I'm not like a corporate inspector, just purely as a consumer, I'm like, whoever's doing this, can we get them on the next game? Whether it is in a supervisory role, I'd be... Nothing would make me happier than to hear Kishimoto's directing the next game, and that the director of this one is working as a supervisor to Kishimoto. That would make me very happy.
And some people from Dream Team.
Get Hard Light on it. I was saying, like, imagine, like, the good timeline, the good ending, where it's like, oh yeah, Sega Hard Light, they had layoffs because they've been hired onto Sonic Team. But again, they would not pose the information that way if that were the case. But like,
yeah, no.
And yeah,
I mean, okay, so what I'm thinking is maybe like we're seeing a lot of Sonic games lately. We're getting a lot of them, like different ideas for the franchise, different branches of things, different intentions.
But you can kind of see different influences in that as well.
Yeah, and do you think they're trying to throw as many things at the wall to see what sticks before proceeding forward and like making their new teams? Maybe
right. Yeah, that's something because I thought Sonic Dream Team is probably going to exist in a vacuum and probably won't influence the greater franchise. But then we see in Shadow Generations that you can now homing attack onto rails, which is something that we have not been able to do before. At least in recent memory, anyway. There's one thing I do want to point out is that people are mentioning that it was confirmed that they only had a few people doing the patch of Sonic Frontiers. The thing is, though,
really,
whether I'm talking about, it was a skeleton crew of like 60 people.
Final Horizon.
Final Horizon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a total skeleton crew, and while that was going on,
Impressive.
they were also working on... Yeah, it is. But the thing is, the technical stuff, while it is bad, that's just stuff that's problems with Sonic Frontiers. The problem with Final Horizon, for me, was the decisions that were made. Decisions such as, let's pile all the Titans on one tower when we've got multiple towers. Decisions such as, let's just not tell you how to beat the final boss and make that information a reward for 100%ing the island. The fact that that was a reward proves that they are aware that the conveyance of that boss is a problem.
Yeah, so, that was weird. I don't know why they did that. That was a very weird choice.
So I'm not in this instance criticizing the technical aspects. There's a lot to still criticize. Again, I'm not a company inspector. I'm a guy who's reviewing a video game, and I don't think the performance of Sonic Frontiers is good enough. But that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the decision-making process, and there's a lot of decisions in Kishimoto projects that I can be a bit baffled by. But, again, this is an inquiry. I'm asking about this. I'm not saying anything for definite, because from what I see, Kishimoto seems like a very hard-working guy, someone that is listening to us, and to be honest, everything he said he was going to do, everything he promised these fans, he did it. He did it all, and he has my respect for that. So, like... Yeah, but I'm still looking at this here and thinking, what can we do to get something like Frontiers, with Frontiers' structure, but on the level of quality that Shadow Generations seems to be delivering on? And that's where Shadow Generations is really dazzling me here, is it looks like a game that had a budget that was made by professionals. I'm not saying that people that worked on Frontiers weren't professionals. I'm saying that the product doesn't look like it was made by professionals.
Well, like, I'm sorry to interject, but I think one of the main reasons is that, like, they seem to actually have a pretty cohesive plan going into this project.
Definitely.
I think the reason why Frontiers was so disjointed for me is because you could just tell that they were just like, make an open world Sonic game. Okay, how do we do that? Well, I guess we'll just take from like influences, from A to Z or whatever. It just seemed like a very compiled, not really well thought out like idea at first.
That's
Like
another
the
thing worth
fundamentals,
noting.
and I love and I do like Frontiers. Not the biggest fan of a lot of aspects, but I can at least appreciate what they were going for. But you can just kind of tell that game really does feel like throwing things at a wall, seeing what sticks. And I think
And that's
yeah.
something worth taking into account when it comes to Frontiers is its production history that Izuka and Kishimoto have both been very public about, was stating that the game didn't really do the alpha and beta testing in the conventional sense. It was just a game that was constantly tested until the play testers were liking it, and then it was just thrown out to the public, basically. It was like, hey, here's the game, here's the vision, what do you think? Don't like it? All right, we'll do some more things. How's that now? Yeah, that's good. All right, release it. Was basically the production pipeline.
Honestly, I think in principle that happened. Like, I feel like that is something to celebrate, even if Frontiers isn't everyone's exact cup of tea. Because a lot of these games were just kind of thrown into the fucking, the deep end with nothing.
I'm in two minds about it. On one hand, what they wanted to do was secure a future for Sonic because they were tired of having, like, this is our idea for the future, we'll put it out there, and people are like, this isn't what we want, so they did this. And on one hand, I kind of like that. I don't like charging $60 for it on release.
Yeah, no,
that's a beta test. That is an open beta. That is not a game. Secondly, I mean, I am glad they did release it because it is one of my favorite games purely just for the fun of it. Fun stands for something, and that is fun, in my opinion. Sonic Frontiers is fun. But
what a statement.
Also, these are professionals. It should not be this hard to actually figure out what people want. Just go...
Yeah.
Sonic Team needed to just go back and play Sonic Adventure 1 and say, how can we expand on the parts of this that people really liked? Because that's the thing, is like, oh, they've finally got Sonic to control well in 3D. It's like, they did that out the gate. Why has this been a problem? That's the thing to ask is, before we really play corporate sympathizer, whatever, is why was this so difficult in the first place? I don't think they were helped by a lot of the bad faith critics. We did find out recently, like, there's a clip that's resurfaced from IGN's review of Sonic Generations back in the day, where a critic...
That review was really mean.
Yeah, but
like,
the critic,
it
like,
really
says...
really was.
But the critic, like, says, yeah, why would you ever enjoy modern Sonic's vocal-laden soundtrack? And there was an excerpt of an interview with one of the Sega devs, anyway, saying that they made a conscientious effort to cut back on vocal tracks in the early 2010s because they weren't received well. So it goes to show that they were taking a lot of really bad feedback on board there. But it's also part of the job to be able to vet criticism, decide what is and isn't going to be helpful to you. And I think you can take one look at IGN's review and say, this isn't going to help us. Or anything that's saying that kind of thing, this isn't going to be of any use to us. And I think that is why Sonic has been so confused lately, is because of an inability to vet criticism. And this is something that really dusts my doilies, is whenever I say something critical about Sonic, I do get people in the comments. I have one person saying, you cannot review this like you would any other product. Sonic is a sensitive IP and stuff, so it must be reviewed to different standards, because Sega... and that's where a lot of hostility comes from as well, is when you get very hostile comments on genuine criticism, it's because people are worried that Sega are just going to throw the whole baby out with the bathwater because you criticized a few things. Guys, that isn't my problem. Like, at the end of the day, no, we should not tiptoe around Sega just because they're going to learn the wrong lessons. It's Sega's job to vet criticism. They are professionals. If they can't do that, that's their problem, not the critics. There are some people who are unhelpful, okay? There was that IGN critic that did Sonic Unleashed and said, it's games like this that make us reviewers rethink our lives. And I was just like, I hope you did rethink your life, because that wasn't a review. Like, that was just taking some of your immediate monkey brain thoughts and writing it down. Like, I get it. It's their opinion. They didn't like the game. But when you are doing a review for a trusted news resource, you can't just take your immediate monkey brain thoughts and scroll them out. You gotta question the game on its own terms and the target audience.
We've got sorry to butt in. We've got a celebrity appearance in chat. It's game apologist Nick asking Trey to take off his jacket.
Oh my god! Wait, you want me to strip? on the podcast.
We've been
You
over this
slut.
though. That's teal.
It's not
It's
the
teal.
same one. You got
It's-
two of the
it's
same
not- yeah.
kind. Same.
It's teal
Yes,
and
it-
gray.
I had to go back to this since we were talking about me being a younger Nick earlier. I had to tab back to the stream to see if you put a jacket on me to see if Nick was gonna come yell at me again. Nick, you can yell at me in person pretty soon, dude. It's 2 weeks away, bro.
Oh, don't do. I always get such fear of missing out, man. I always get such FOMO. It stings.
Wait, what are y'all doing?
He's going to too many games. Wait, does that mean that you're not going to be here on Friday?
Yeah, I won't be here. Oh, actually, wait.
You didn't file an absence request.
Oh, shut up, pup. No, okay, so
The fuck does he mean? Shut
they were
up?
calling me a young you earlier because I was being angry at Pup for being Pup. But I'm going to too many games, and what was the question? Sorry, could we say again because I got distracted?
I don't even know anymore. You know how it is.
What was the question?
I don't know.
Oh, about the jacket?
Oh yeah, he
Or
was saying
about
take
the,
off the jacket, you bitch. Is that?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
telling
No, what was being
Oh,
asked
yeah.
of me?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I was snapping at Pup. I was being angry at Pup because Pup
It was that you hadn't submitted a fucking request form for time off.
Oh, that. Yes. No. So sorry. I will be. I'm not leaving till late on Friday. It's gonna be probably like I think my train's at 5:30, so I can be here for a little bit, but I'm probably not gonna be here for the entire
he's
thing. 'Cause I gotta get an
really-
Uber.
He's trying to appease us now. He's walking it
do you-
back.
What do you mean? No,
I
I'm
wish I
saying
could
I'm
go
saying
to
I'm going
meeting.
to leave, but I'm going
That's
to be
such
on a train
that
late.
is such a PR response, dude.
What do you? All right. I'm not gonna show up. Fuck you.
Pile of fucking garbage, frankly. All right, Trey, tell it that I haven't forgiven
Hey.
it, and that we are now on bad terms again.
I did not. Okay, first
I'm
of all, wait a
not
minute.
doing
Chip
it.
fans slandering me and Nick in the comments. I did not say I hated Sally, and she didn't matter. I did not say that. I didn't say that.
He says he's gonna steal you.
You're
that
gonna
means
steal me? That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
see
gonna-
you.
He's gonna put you on the After
I
Dawn
want to go.
podcast.
What the?
I'm so proud of you. I'm
No.
trying my best, Nick. I'm trying.
I want to go too.
Dylan at Tom.
Look, I'm a game developer now, so I should be able to go to too many
Trey
games.
did. He actually showed us his first ever fan game, which
Nick,
I still
you
think
need
we
to,
should show
you
on
need to
stream.
allow me to live in your house again, and then I can come to TMG. Except I don't have any money, so can you just give me all the
Why
money?
Dylan matters?
Wait,
wait. Can't we show Trey's game on stream? It's Sonic related. I think that'd be
We
nice.
did. We showed it. Remember?
Oh, we
And
did?
it was loud.
Oh, we did.
Yes, we
No,
did.
I wasn't. Oh, sorry. You're
Why do
right.
you
No,
wanna do
sorry.
that
I was
again?
not looking at the stream. I was not looking at the stream, and I couldn't hear it, so I didn't know.
you can always show it. You can always show it again and then just turn down.
You could always show it again. Yeah.
I'm not gonna show it
Yeah.
again.
Is Dylan a good friend? No, not in the slightest. No, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Biased
You just
poll.
answered your own
Biased
bloody
poll.
question there, didn't you?
Biased poll. Hold on.
Not a
How do I
bias.
make a poll?
I'm reporting the poll.
How do I make a poll?
Okay, gang, gentlemen, we do need to get a little back on topic, but we had a little talk about how
How do I make one? I don't know how to make a poll because I'm not modded.
you
I
are
am modded. How do I
No,
make a poll?
You literally have access to the account.
How do I make a poll?
Forget it. I'm not telling you. Let's just get back to the conversation at hand right now. So, it shows a promising future for the Sonic franchise looking at Shadow Generations, and we will go a little deeper into this in a bit, but it's showing me that there is polish. Now I want to see this level of polish on the next mainline Sonic game, and I'm hoping that Kishimoto can deliver on that. I don't have all of the confidence in the world, but I'm willing to see it out. I am excited for it.
Did I compare it again to something? I think I mentioned this
Yeah.
last week.
Go on, boy.
But I think this is a very, very good example of this. And I know Sega is not Square Enix. But if we look at something like Kingdom Hearts... I hate this fucking title. But Kingdom Hearts... I think it's Kingdom Hearts Point 2, Birth by Sleep, A Fragmentary Passage. I think that's what it's called. It is a thing you get in a collection of Kingdom Hearts games on the PS4 and I think future consoles now. That it gave you basically a sneak peek of to how the next game, Kingdom Hearts 3, was going to play. And that was, of course, a big deal because Kingdom Hearts 3 had been a very long-standing mythical game, you know, up there with like Harry and stuff like that. So we got a taste of how the game plays before it comes out. And I'm not saying Shadow Generations is a beta test like that for the next game.
Like a demo.
It's probably still going to be pretty different.
Like a
but
I think it's like a tiny little slice.
This is going to be like, I guess we could say it's almost like a vertical slice of what we could be getting. If it does well, also. I think if it doesn't do well, obviously things are going to change.
If they go from this production value back to Frontiers, I'm going to be pissed.
Like, I think since they have a shorter time frame to work on this, probably, and it's a shorter project, they're going harder on the smaller moments. I think people are going to need to see that, like, you know, we can't have a game that's Frontiers length and have as many good moments as this Shadow thing is going to have, let's say.
Yes,
because that would it would be impossible. Like,
no,
that's like 50 hours of gameplay.
You could
like,
easily easily, but with the right amount of manpower and budget, you could have a 10-hour Shadow Generations.
I don't think they will. I think,
but they should. Don't discourage
I think the next one will be cool, but I think we need to. Like, I'm hoping what we get is a good balance again, where, like, let's say the hub world stuff, like the open zone stuff is like in Frontiers, but there's NPCs and there are missions to do and, like, smaller things, smaller touches to world build. And then the stages can have those huge, crazy moments, and the bosses have those massive explosions and huge set pieces that you talk on Twitter about. And I think just having a good balance like that would be great, and also put a Chao Garden in the open zone. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, okay, more things I want to talk about real quick from the Azuka interview then. First one is the Sonic Stadium. The Sonic Stadium. Again, balls, integrity, mentality, alright? They asked Takeshi Iizuka about the future of the Freedom Fighters, if there was any future for them at all. And Iizuka has a translator with him from Sega of America. And the translator does not translate this question for Iizuka. He just steps in and quickly says, "We're with IDW now." And so, there's a lot wrong with this. There is a lot wrong with this. First of all, not even letting Iizuka hear about a demand for the Freedom Fighters. But secondly, Archie did not own the rights to the Freedom Fighters. Sega have those rights. So they could easily bring them back. And yeah, that's a bummer that there is just no future for them, it seems. For now, anyways. Maybe some folks will die, who knows. But, nothing. Don't worry about it. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, okay, wait a minute. So earlier we said something about not homing attacking onto rails, but you can actually do that in Generations. Not the entire rail, but you can homing attack onto the start of some rails.
That definitely couldn't have waited. That definitely couldn't have waited at all.
No, listen, I'm just saying, because earlier someone said in Generations you can do that, and I had to check. It took me a while to get Generations back running. I had to...
You can at the start of the rail, but you can't in the middle
not
of the
the whole
rail,
thing,
like
like
in Dream Team. But we've seen that you kind of can in Shadow Generation.
I
anyway,
had to beta test that. I had to see.
Before you fucking bulldoze my point, you bitch.
Listen, I like interrupting you because it's different than new.
I'm going to interrupt you then in that case. So, right, so here's something that's really fucking pissing me off, is seeing Sonic fans on Twitter taking joy in Archie fans or Western fans kind of molding at the refusal to acknowledge the Freedom Fighters. Because I think what a lot of them don't realize is it's not that they want them to be a big part of the games going forward, even though that would be a nice idea. It's not about that. It's more just that they're just not gonna ever be acknowledged again. And it's like, that is a 24-year run. Even longer than that if you count Sat AM as well. Like, so it's a very long run for these characters that did resonate with a lot of Western audiences in the 90s and throughout the 2000s and up until the late 2010s. And it's just like, to all the people celebrating this like it's a big fat dub, I get it. Sometimes Archie fans can be a little obnoxious. Welcome to the fucking Sonic fan base. You're all just as fucking bad. But imagine, alright? Imagine they took your favorite character from the Sonic games, and they decide, we're going to take the franchise in a different direction. We want only things that fit the brand. So, Amy Rose is no longer canon. She'll never be acknowledged ever again. Sonic's got a new gal pal called Susan the Squirrel. There will no longer be Amy Rose, ever. She won't be acknowledged. She won't be in any merchandise.
Susan fans, rise up!
Any games with her in them will never be republished. Ever. That's it. Gone. Done. Not even as a trivia page in a museum screen in Sonic Origins 2. Sonic Re-Origins. Like, or Shadow. Shadow doesn't fit the brand anymore. It's 2030. Shadow don't fit the brand no more. Shadow didn't happen. Not canon. Didn't happen. Different line, different times. No more Shadow. That is how those Archie fans are feeling. I think you gotta put yourself in their shoes. I didn't grow up with Archie Sonic. It's something I'm only recently discovering. And I didn't really ever care much for Sat AM. But at the end of the day, I acknowledge that there's a huge amount of Sonic fans that grew up with this stuff, and it matters to them. It really does. And that, to them, is Sonic. And it's just like, Sega have basically turned to those people and said, the Sonic you grew up with doesn't matter. All while they are rubbing it in everyone's faces saying, we care so much about your childhood, guys. Look, Green Hill Zone. But only that one. Only the one we decide matters. Only our classic Sonic, our idea, our depiction is the one that counts. Fuck the Archie fans. And that is a huge fucking problem. Why would a franchise with a 24-year comic series, 24 years, almost a quarter of a century, that's not to be sneezed at. Why would they not be proud of that? Why would they not celebrate that? Like, in Sonic Origins, put some fucking Archie stuff in there. Just have, like, references. You could have, like, a little thing you can look in the museum. It's like, hey, did you know there was a Sonic the Hedgehog comic published by Archie Comics back in the 90s and 2000s? It was really popular. It featured its own unique cast of characters and stuff that were carried over from the 90s TV series. Imagine just that in the museum and how much that would actually mean to fans of those characters just to get that little tiny acknowledgement. That's all they want, is a little smidge of acknowledgement that this Sonic actually means anything to Sega. But no, it doesn't, apparently. I understand there's legalities. Like, Ken Pender's stuff is obviously kind of off limits, but Sega's a multi-billion-dollar company. They can sort it out. Secondly, then just do all the stuff Pender's didn't do. Just something, you know? Just do what you can.
I do agree. Listen, okay, so there's a few things that go into this. One thing I like what Zero Jump made sense. Sorry. I was listening and not speaking, so I have to go back to speaking mode now. Sorry, Zero Jump said something that made sense. They said, there are characters who mostly had their major appearances in comics that were only in one big country. Or big in one country, sorry. Sonic is really so much bigger, no Japanese... Well, I mean, I'm sure people probably all around the world know the characters, but I do agree that maybe Sega of Japan doesn't find as much value in that stuff. There could be a lot of stuff that, if they were to republish comics, they would have to take time to edit. Some things they would have to change if they don't want the brand to, like, be seen differently for any reason. And, like, I hate that it's got to be like that, you know, because it can't just be like, we're going to make a fun Sonic project that's different and weird or whatever. It has to be, if we make something that's like that, it's going to change how people see the brand, maybe, and we need to be careful.
All right.
So, like, I think there's too much there. There's too much history that they would have to go through, and they don't want to have to sift through all of the stuff that might need to be changed or seen as something that would be horrific to be in a child's property in this day and age.
So I want to interject
and
real quick.
I think that's kind of like why Nintendo doesn't re-release Mother 3 in English or anything. I think it's the same kind of deal. Like there's just too much in there they would have to change or explain or yada yada yada. And they don't either want to, they don't see it as profitable, or they simply just maybe it's just too much. I don't know.
So I'll interject real quick there. So
and I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm not saying it's not worth it for them to try. I'm just saying
no,
from a business standpoint, I wonder if it's not worth it, you know?
A lot of the horror stories about Archie Sonic are greatly exaggerated. There's a lot of embellishment
they
that the
are.
internet has done.
But, like, if that causes them to not be able to release, like, 2 or 3 issues, people are going to be badgering them for it, you know?
I mean, it's better to release some of it than none of it, though. Even just the slightest little acknowledgement. But it could literally just be as... Could just literally be, as I said about, like, a Sonic Origins thing in the museum, is, hey, did you know that in the USA, there was a Sonic comic, and it had these characters in it, and have a little slideshow of the different characters that were in that comic. That's all you really need to do, is just keep them in that conversation.
But you're asking for, like, a full re-release.
Well, I mean, a full re-release, they should, though, because, I mean,
they should. I'm not saying they should.
IDW were able to procure the license to Archie's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, and I do also want to mention that a lot of this information I did get from Nick in his recent video on like whether or not Sonic is stale now. But also, when people talk about the brand is fucking pencil cases, guys. It's pencil cases. You ask why do all the renders look like shit? It's because they're made to look good on pencil cases.
Yeah. No,
and in the games are made to look like those pencil cases. And then all of the comics have to revolve around these games with really bad stories. Or, like, really bad storytelling, anyway. So it's like, at the top of the food chain of Sonic's brand is fucking pencil cases and lunchbox. Then just below that, influenced by the pencil cases and lunchboxes, is the games. And then below that is actual narrative media, which has to tippy-toe its way around the games. Like, your franchise shouldn't be a lunchbox, and I think Sega needs to look past Sonic just being a brand. Sonic is more than just a brand. It's a fictional enterprise with many different branches to it. And even if the Archie comics don't matter to Japan, then fucking, it's called Discovery. It's called fucking Discovery. One of the best things about the old Sonic Mega Collection was if you hadn't read any of the Sonic comics or known any of that stuff, you could go into that museum and discover it. You could see that for the first time.
Yeah.
And then get a chance to experience that.
And to be...
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say, and along the point, like, I'm playing devil's advocate just the tiniest bit, because I do think there are reasons why they wouldn't do this stuff. But to be back on the side of, like, I think they should support all of this history, and they should bring this stuff back, and not necessarily put them in every single game ever, but, like, maybe throw them into spin-offs, put them in the new comics, whatever it is. I just think that if it's stuff that they can use, again, I'm going to say from a company standpoint, it is a little stupid to just sit on all that free content and not do anything with it. Because you could definitely monetize that again, even if you do need to do a little bit of editing to it here and there.
You could release them in compendiums.
It would be smart.
You could do, like, best of compendiums. You could do, like, a compendium of, like, the 90s stuff, which is, like,
and then
Mecha
you could
Madness.
localize them for everybody.
Yeah, you could do stuff like Mecha Madness through to Endgame. Do, like, a little compendium of that kind of stuff. A compendium of the game adaptations that they did. A compendium of issues 160 through the end of the preboot.
Do you think they have any kind of exclusivity, though, with IDW right now? Do you think that they are allowed to do anything else with any other company property?
IDW could procure the rights if Sega gave them the budget to do so, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles company did for them.
So how does it work, though? Do you think, like, so IDW and Sega have meetings to do a Sonic comic series. They become now the sole Sonic comic series, and Sega has calls and, like, meetings with them to determine what they can do and what they can't.
Well, yeah,
right?
They have to work within what Sega wants them to do. So Sega might be like, hey, guys,
you can't do this, you can't do that.
We've got a big new story on the way. Whatever you're writing now cannot tread on the toes of it. So it's like why Sage is not allowed right now, is in case they contradict what they want to do next with Sage.
What I was saying is, like, what if they had some kind of... So I don't think IDW would have any kind of, like, dibs or anything. Unless, like, I probably have dibs on making the sole Sonic comic right now. I'm sure Sega could probably publish those things again. Like,
I mean, as it is, IDW are the publisher that are working under Sega to do this.
Sorry. And my main point was, and they definitely could just slap in, as soon as all this, like, if they don't want to affect their brand, they don't want to do anything like that, you could put in big, bold letters, like, on the first page of the fucking compendium, this is a separate continuity or something. Like, just so people don't get weird about it, you know?
You could relabel it.
You could say, this is old, it's done, and it's not the main continuity.
Well, you could easily relabel
it's easy
these
as that.
things. You could call it... You could call it, like, I mean, when did Archie Sonic first drop? Like, Archie Sonic issue...
I don't fucking know. Forever ago?
I'm checking, when was this released?
The early 90s?
They could very much do this. Like, I think some people are mentioning Batman. TR Gabriel mentioned Batman. And,
right, so,
like, there's definitely, like, a million different Marvel and DC universes that don't affect different characters, you know?
Because,
you could just do that.
X-Men 97 is a thing that exists, all right? And they've gone so far as to make a continuation of X-Men 97 under the label X-Men 97. So re-release Archie Sonic in compendiums of the best stories, so you can curate them.
Just call it Archie Sonic. Or I guess maybe they can't.
You could call it Archie Sonic's Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog, or you could call it Sonic 93. or something along
Yeah,
those
you
lines.
could
Anyway.
just call, or like Sonic Freedom or Sonic Freedom Fighter or something.
Sonic
You
and
can give it
Sonic
whatever
and
you
the
want,
Freedom
really.
Fighters. You could have
Like
the
if you
opening.
can't call it Archie Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, the opening page could be full of flavor text saying, from 1993 through to 2017, Archie Comics was publishing Sonic with its own unique continuity. These are some stories from that era. So open with some flavor text, revealing
I
what
think that'd
that
be
is.
awesome.
And you don't have to release them in Japan if they don't give a fuck. Just release them in the West. But that way we can have a legal way of reading Archie comics without either A, paying top dollar on eBay, or B, giving our computer some venereal disease. Like,
I think it'd be great. I think that'd be a really great and probably profitable way to do things. I don't see a huge downside, especially if you say, hey, it's not what we're doing these days. It's separate from the games, separate from the IDW canon. What would be affected? Really?
And the other thing is, to the folks that are kind of talking about defense of the brand and why it might not be possible or why it might not be desirable for Sega, I understand your hearts are in the right place, and I say this with no disrespect, but we gotta act like a normal fan base and stop being strategic. Let's just ask for what we want now. Let's stop saying, oh, maybe Sega don't want to do that. No, just tell Sega we want this. Like, this is what we want, Sega. And I think we will... If we're a bit simpler with asking for what we want and less tiptoey about it, I think maybe Sega might actually listen. I think they should bring these back into circulation.
So, I think the reason why, and like Shamix's video on the 2010s, like Sonic fan base touched on this a little bit, but I think the biggest reason as to why everyone is so antsy is because like Sega has been kind of all or nothing with like criticisms in the past. They were like, oh, you don't like this? Okay, we're going to just completely take that out completely.
Yeah.
And like there was no nuance. That's why everyone kind of just has to tiptoe, because like we're like, okay, we want you to do this, but not in this way, but this way and this way and that way. You know, it's like there's a bunch of like asterisks next to like, because we think in our heads like, yeah, we want this and they should deliver. But then like, okay, what if they deliver it poorly this time, or something like that, or what if it's like not up to snuff? Because we can't really look at. Because in my opinion,
to
like
vet that criticism though, that's the thing. Is
no, it's not. It's not. But like, Sega has also been like they cannot, at least like from what I've seen, understand like subtlety. I know it's not our job, but that's just kind of like what we're conditioned to kind of do because of their lack of like subtlety with like.
It's just something we need to unlearn though. I think like there's a difference between saying, "Oh, no one likes these vocal tracks; they're really bad," versus, "Can you give us more content, please? Can you give us back some of the content that we once had?" And I think just asking directly, just putting the message out there to Sega, "Hey, republish these. Let's read these," you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's...
I agree.
That's kind of where we're at.
Like, the thing is, like, yeah, because I'm so sorry for interrupting, but
it's
like,
okay. No, I do it plenty myself.
No, you're fine. But like, I don't know. Like, I've always been, because I've never really cared about like the Archie side of like the Sonic fandom. But I'm not gonna like discredit.
Do we have a video for you?
we have a fantastic episode.
Please.
You gotta go watch.
Really?
Like, how long was it? How long was the video?
I think it was like 3 hours, but like, yeah, it was
3 hours.
It was the episode Freedom Fighters Forever. We had 2 Archie Sonic experts, Ian Waffles and
Lauren. No, go watch their their video. I mean.
You can watch their video on it too. I mean, as it is, I've mentioned I didn't grow up with Archie, so it doesn't have that sentimental value for me. I did kind of fall in love with Archie after reading from like issue 160 onwards when Ian Flynn first got in, and being able to see the unrestrained Ian Flynn not working under those restrictions. Like, I fell in love with those stories, definitely. But my main thing is, I think it's an injustice that there's a huge swath of fans that are being told Sega cares about your childhood because they brought back Green Hill Zone while burying 26 years of mythology. I think that's fucking disgusting, frankly, and performative. I just think it doesn't have to be, oh, we're going to put them in Frontiers 2. Frontiers 2 feats Sally Acorn. It doesn't have to happen. It'd be kind of cool if they could find a way to work a version of Sally Acorn in there, even if just as a cameo or a one-off character. But, like, it doesn't have to come to that. I mean, I miss Styx. And here's the thing. here's the thing. All right, I'm a boom bro. I'm the ultimate boomer. All right. I am going to be very resentful if it turns out that I just got my dick tickled when they mentioned Styx at the end of Sonic Frontiers, but they don't intend to, let me go all the way with them.
You have such a word. You have such a word with ways. You have such a way with words.
It's funny. My therapist tells me I have a beautiful command of the English language.
That's how I would phrase it like that. Actually, your therapist has a good command of the English language. That's cool.
But
Yeah.
But I don't talk like this in those sessions. I more just speak what's going on in my little brain. But you know how it is. But yeah, that's the thing is, yeah, don't just have at the end of Frontiers 2 Amy be like, I wonder if Sally Acorn TM is free. Like, I still think you need. I mean, actually,
every game.
Yeah,
every game they name doesn't exist.
They name drop someone that will never show up. It's like their tradition now. It's like we're just gonna name drop one person that
Gosh,
will never
I sure
see.
hope Super Mario wants to go to the Olympics again next year.
Also, Ragin YT says Pup Styx was confirmed by Ian. She's in the canon. She's just slightly different. Yeah, I want to see it though. If I'm never gonna see it, I'm gonna be pissed. And there's one little piece that suggests that maybe we won't. Is that the artist Digimin, who works on IDW Comics and worked on The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, did for, I think it was 2022 or 2023, this Christmas artwork piece. And Digimin showed off the original versions of that before Sega's revisions. And in the pre-revision version, there are two differences to the final version. One is that Shadow isn't wearing the scarf that you got in Tails Tube. This would have been 2023, I think.
Why would they want that off?
No. That was the revision. The revision had him wear the scarf.
Oh, they put it on him.
I don't know if that was
Okay.
Sega's call or if that was Digimin's. But, okay, Styx was replaced with Blaze in the final version. Now, I love Blaze the cat. But is it too much to ask for both? Can I just have both?
It is.
It shouldn't be.
No, I think we could have had both. I think that would have been fine. I mean, if we say Styx's name in Frontiers, I feel like that's like a weird expectation, like they've created a weird expectation, and now there's all like this
thing, though.
Was it not in the Japanese script?
It wasn't.
Like, does it? So what is it? So which one decides? Like which one decides if this is true?
Well, that's another. That's
it's
another
a weird,
spooky.
Like Schrodinger's badger.
Well, it gets worse because, yeah, in the Western version of Sonic Frontiers, everyone's all like, I'm gonna fuck off for a little bit. I'm gonna go on my own journey. Like, Amy's like, I'm going on the Eat Bang Kill tour. Knuckles is like, I'm gonna go attend my son's birthday party and leave the Chaos Emeralds behind. And Tails is like, you know what, fuck it, I'm off. But in the Japanese version, they change all that dialogue. In the Japanese version, the dialogue is like, Sonic, I'm aware I have a problem. I'm gonna do something about it. I'm really proud of you guys. Hell yeah. That's the way the Japanese one plays out.
I mean, that could sort of be read as the same thing. We could still kind of swing that, I think.
I mean, yeah, but then it's like, you've also got to factor in. Okay, Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is canon, right?
I hope so.
At the end of, okay, this is just me being a bad faith little bastard, but at the end of Sonic Frontiers, Tails says, you're hardly gonna recognize me when we see each other again. Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog has Sage in it, so it takes place after Frontiers, and I sure as hell recognize Tails.
Okay, I don't think he literally meant that you wouldn't recognize him. I think that would be a bit much.
He's not off on his own journey. He's not off on his journey.
Who are you?
So
like he literally... Yeah, he came back for Amy's birthday. His journey is it's probably like a spiritual journey. He's finding like Jesus.
No, he said he has to go on his own for. Well, he's going to join
that.
He's going to join the cult of the supernatural.
Back to the religious part.
I don't want. So, I just slipped out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tails is just like, Sonic. God demonstrates his own love towards us, in that while we're still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8.
Wow, Tails, stop talking, please. Forever.
Wow, Tails, that's just all part of growing up, I say, as an apparent 15-year-old. No, so okay, so but like what I'm saying is it's a recipe for resentment to set up these journeys and then not do it, because they might not. There is a chance they won't, because I know that Ian Flynn has said in Bumblecast he really hopes that someone will be able to pick up those stories, but he's not sure. And that will be a bummer if they've set that up and they don't follow through with it.
So what if Pup? What if they can't do it right now? They can't do it before the next game, but we at some point get that. Like not. I'm not saying like in the far future. I'm saying like, let's say the next game comes out, but then eventually IDW starts posting these stories. Are you still going to be?
No. But if IDW does it, fine. That's what IDW is for, in my opinion. Because
like what if this is a supplementary promise for the future? Like maybe we'll see this at some point.
Lately, Sega have been kind of like, IDW, don't get too ambitious now, because the next game might come out and you might end up accidentally contradicting it, so just, you stay in your lane. Do something about the Diamond Cutters or something. People like Lanolin, do more of that.
I do actually like the Diamond Cutters. I think that'd be a fun comic to follow, if it was just about them.
I mean, the comic is basically that these days.
No, I mean, like in the future. Like,
I'm kind of tired of the Diamond Cutters myself. I think they've been overexposed. But the thing with Sonic comics lately now is it's like Sonic and Tails go to a cafe, they have a coffee, they say they're going to do something next issue, and now you got to wait another month for the next issue to come out. And it's like, okay, we kind of stuck in this kind of little cycle now.
It's just comics, I guess. You know, like that's all comics.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that's all right then, I guess. No, yeah. I think IDW should, I'm not saying they should be the ones to propose this. I think Sega should say to IDW, all right, look, we're not gonna do that whole thing Ian Flynn tease. So why don't you do a spin-off? Just do like a story, one centered on Tails on his own little journey, one centered on Amy on the grand polyamory tour, and one about Knuckles attending his son's birthday party, and then we could have a last one where Sonic realizes how much his friends mean to him and that things are a little tough without them and kind of learns to admit that. That way you can also transition into our more sensitive Sonic that they seem to be pushing now. So, like, I think that's a really good way to do Sonic. It. Okay. I would read the shit out of those stories, but not only that, I don't understand why they're not allowed to do game adaptations anymore. Like, Archie had the Shattered Earth arc, which was like a Sonic Unleashed arc, and you had the Werehog, you had Chip. It's kind of actually
Knuckles and Shadow were in that like a lot. They were like a huge part of it.
Yep, Mighty the Armadillo has a fight with the Werehog. It's really cool. And I tell you what, the final the final page of that issue is really tear-jerking for two reasons. One, it's like this it's this image of like the ghost of Chip holding onto the Earth, giving it a warm hug like he's protecting it. This is after Chip has gone. And two, that is the final image of that continuity. That's the end of the mainline Archie Sonic. The story after that was a classic story that never got finished. But all that modern cast in Archie, that's the final shot, is Chip holding onto the Earth, protecting it. That is really fucking poignant. Like, that's genuinely emotional. Also, it's cool that in Archie, like, they expand upon it a little bit. Sonic kind of laments that Chip doesn't get a chance to celebrate with the rest of the cast that the Earth is now safe. And it's like...
Well, he can see them.
He can't. No, he's dead. Well, he's not dead. He's in the center of the Earth. But, okay, so... I would like more like that. I would love it if IDW did a Frontiers arc, where they expand upon the story of Sonic Frontiers, because as it is... There's just a lot of people standing around communicating things, and there's a lot of gaps in that story. And it's because of the structure of it. If they gave us a comic book that tells us comprehensively the history of the Starfall Islands, can even spruce them up a little bit so they look a little bit more interesting, give us a bit more of the ancients, and show how this story really could have been told, that would be amazing. That would be a definite buy. And you want to talk about branding? Yeah. Imagine if the next Sonic game comes out. It's called Sonic and the Big Cheese, all right? And they release a comic tying in with Sonic and the Big Cheese at the same time, and then in the final page of Sonic and the Big Cheese, it could be like, now play the game. You've grown up with the comic. You're a kid who reads comics.
I would play the shit out of Sonic and the Big Cheese.
Yeah, imagine you're a kid.
It's a day one buy.
Who's never played a Sonic game before, and you get this comic, and it's Sonic and the Big Cheese, and you open up, and the final page is like, you've read the story, now play it. And it's like, oh my god.
Now be the Big Cheese.
I can be the Big Cheese. And then you buy the game, and Maybe the game has like an
yeah.
advertisement for Sonic and the Big Cheese, the comic, and maybe someone who's only played the game is like, "What do you mean? I can get more of this? I can get more of Sonic and the Big Cheese? Like,
Get more Big Cheese.
You get to the end credits of Sonic and the Big Cheese, and it's like, did you know there's you've lost your virginity to this game. You've lost your virginity to this game, and you're like, that was the greatest experience I've ever had in my whole entire life, and you're just like, what do you mean there's more? What do you mean I could get more of this in a comic? I remember when I first found out Archie did a Sonic Unleashed arc, I was like, oh man, I gotta read that, and then I forgot. But like, imagine
Right.
What? Go on.
I can't do this.
What?
It's too much. It's too
What? What is it? What's the matter?
I can't handle Sonic and the Big Cheese is making me laugh like nothing I've ever experienced. Like I'm wondering how much, like, what would that be? What kind of game would that be?
Yeah,
I
like
liked it,
how
I
big
mean-
is the cheese?
I mean, a
It's
long time ago.
huge, Trey. It's huge.
A long time ago.
Wait, is the cheese bread?
A long time ago,
What?
during
It
this
is
was
the
during
threat, I would say, probably. Yeah.
this was during like the Pontaf era. I tried to do a video pitching a Sonic game that could be likely, like a game that could actually come from Sega. So kind of like a spiritual successor to Lost World, but with like the boost formula and stuff. And it was going to be a game where like Sonic
Sonic and the Big Cheese.
Well, no, like a Chao eats like a Chaos Emerald, and like they just have to chase the Chao down and stuff like that. And Dr. Robotnik is using the Emerald to turn the Chao into all kinds of different abominations and stuff that you have to fight. But one of the levels would be that Sonic and Tails wake up in the Chao's dream, accidentally predicting Sonic Dream Team there. And it's like all food and shit, and you've got like these bacon things that you can slide down, and there's eggs that you can bounce off of, and there'd be this big Swiss cheese maze where you enter one of the holes and you have to find the way out of the big Swiss cheese. I really put a lot of thought into this.
I could see a really good 2D Sonic level like this, like in a breakfast world.
Yeah, it
like
was
rolling
like a breakfast.
around.
It's actually kind of funny because there was also an episode of Sunset City where we pitched Sonic game ideas, and one of the games that I pitched, this was 2 years ago, was called Sonic Toy Box, where Dr. Robotnik has shrunk Sonic and is just like, it's more economic for me to make play sets than secret bases, so you're just going to run through the play set now. I think
That's
someone's
interesting.
listening. I
Yeah,
think
that is
someone
kind of
might be
similar,
listening.
huh?
Okay,
That's
anyways.
interesting.
But that's a tangent in of itself. Yeah, Sonic and the Big Cheese coming 2026.
Fucking love Sonic and the Big Cheese so much. It's so
Open-
funny.
You've heard of Open Zone, now get ready for Open Cheese. But, okay,
You've
I
heard of
think-
Open Zone, get ready for 2%.
Shall we talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations now?
What? Is that what we're gonna do today? Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, right, fuck.
It's
So-
been 2 hours. We've just talking about... I don't even know what the fuck we've been talking about.
We've been talking about the Azuka interview, primarily. But,
We've been freaking out.
I want to talk a little more about, let's start with the boring shit. Let's talk about Sonic Generations, the remaster. We know a few new things about this game. A few new things. Right?
Okay.
Alright, well, so we're going to
Let's
start.
do it.
We're going to start little.
Okay.
They made a little tweak to classic Sonic's model now.
Oh, the littlest thing in the
Yeah,
world that
you got-
people still notice.
Yeah,
I told you
You
it would be
got a
little, you
Brazilian-
prick!
I don't care.
Learn!
It's a Brazilian quill lift. You know?
Yeah, they've given him a slight quill lift at the back of...
Yeah, it's like quill lift. Yeah.
They've made... It looks like a fucking shark fin now. Like... And the
He
back
looks
of his
like American Sonic.
the back of his head looks a little more square than it used to. He doesn't look as scrunkly as he did before. But that's okay. It's marginal. It's marginal. It's a change.
Hard.
Marriage.
Marge?
Marriage. Bert, they changed classic Sonic's quills.
Ay caramba!
Okay, alright.
That's what he would say. He would say that, probably.
Alright, next up. More changes.
Disappointedly.
Both? Yeah, I just thought I'd leave the sentence there. Man, it's actually kind of a
Both?
bummer we don't have Frank
Two?
here. One? What's next? Two? But it's a shame we don't have Frank
Maybe
here
even
because
3.
I remember like saying I didn't think they would ditch the live system because I thought that Sonic Generations, the remaster, would be barely touched. Just it's upscaled a
Yeah.
little and that's it. So I lost that bet. They've gotten
That's
rid of
what
the
I
live
thought, too.
system. They've gotten rid of the live system. That's a good thing in my opinion.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they have made other tweaks. Okay? Alright, so, first of all, both classic Sonic and modern Sonic, as confirmed by Fidel, Games Cage, have the drop dash now. Classic Sonic has it. Modern Sonic also has it. Now, I know... Go on.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, I saw the modern Sonic like drop dash, and it does look a little awkward.
It looks
execute.
like a mod.
It does look like it's just kind of like
weird.
jerry rigged into there. Yeah.
I think it looks better than the one in Frontiers. For starters, you don't immediately uncurl out of a ball because you hit a dash pad.
Oh,
Secondly,
well, yeah,
it looks like there's 1,000 times less friction. I mean, fucking Frontiers had a friction problem for definite. And I don't know. I think it's not the best representation of the gameplay. It does look like you have to do like a little air dash first, which could be awkward. But that might be negated by the next point I'm going to mention. But as it is, I know people are saying, "What's the point of this?" Because it wasn't designed around this. I am all too happy to get a new way to play these levels, even if it doesn't change much. And it does look better than the Frontiers one. I remember the Frontiers one, you could drop dash into like a rock, and he'd stay in his ball form just grinding up against the rock. But if you change direction away from the rock, suddenly he's top speed again. It was really jank. Again, professionals. But,
unfortunate.
yeah, it was really bad. Like, all the ball stuff in Frontiers needed quite a bit to be designed. I liked the spin dash. I don't really consider it a spin dash. I consider it more a fling boost. But, I mean, it was fun for what it was. Alright, though, like, so I mentioned, yeah, it could be a bit clunky with modern Sonic, given that you have the air dash assigned to the jump button. But Sonic Generations offers 2 preset control schemes and allows you to remap buttons. Now, the 2 preset ones are, there's a Legacy mode, which is the original Sonic Generations controls, or there's an updated version, which is more in line with Sonic Frontiers. So the home attack and the air dash are now assigned to the X or square button, while jumping and presumably, I would hope, the drop dash are just on the jump button now. Great. So yeah, they've done the unleash thing with the home attack. That would fix the problem with air dashing and the drop dash if that's the case. Go on, Trey.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say. I agree. Because that was like the one thing I was gonna bring up, but you brought it up. So
then,
that's good. Nice job.
The boost is on the right trigger, while the drift is on the left. Interestingly, though, for classic Sonic, to spin dash, I believe you have to use the trigger now, as opposed to the X or square button. So that's going to be really interesting, is using a trigger in a 2D Sonic game. But I'm kind of looking forward to trying it. But I am glad they've done this.
Fine.
Because...
Did they have the drop dash? Just classic?
Yeah, classic has the drop dash too.
Okay, cool.
I thought that was obvious, you stupid bitch. But
no, I saw the clip of modern. I didn't see the clip of classic doing it.
I am glad that they've done this with the control scheme, because I do personally prefer having like the boost on the trigger. It just feels right to me. And also muscle memory.
Trigger,
Muscle memory between Sonic games really can fuck me up sometimes. Like if I get used to playing Unleashed, going into Generations can kind of fuck me. Or if I get used to playing Frontiers. I don't play Forces. I'm not an idiot.
I don't play that one.
If I've played a lot of Frontiers, it can take a lot of getting used to go back to the Generation style, where the boost is on that button. So I am glad that they've made this an option, and I think that's really cool. It will kind of make it a little unique. But you do at least have the option of, playing it the old style, if that's how you want to do it.
Is it going to be playing differently because of those, or no?
I don't think so. I have heard little bits and pieces. I've heard some folks in my comments say that apparently they've tweaked the physics for Classic Sonic just a little bit, but I don't know.
For Classic, okay, that's fine. I don't want them to tweak Modern very much. I think he's fine.
It'd be cool if they gave him like a really good turning circle like he has in Frontiers. That would make me happy. But
that would be better, yeah.
For Classic, there's definitely room for improvement. I don't know how much they've done. From what I saw of Fidel's gameplay, it did look like they've softened the spin dash a little bit. So it's no longer quite as bullet-like as it was in the original.
It doesn't really need to be.
but I don't know if that's just his inputs, because I know that you can, really hit it and then like suddenly he'll fling himself, whereas he might just be doing a couple of little tappy taps. It does make me kind of wish though that they won't delist the original, which they inevitably will. But like if they are making such dramatic changes to classic Sonic's controls, which I hope they will, but it also makes me hope that they won't delist the original just so you can have the experience of playing it that way.
Yeah, and also Sonic Generations, I think I was looking this up on your stream the other day. I think that's why I'm having so much deja vu while we're talking about this. But Sonic Generations goes on sale a lot, and I don't know if it will anymore, because this game is coming out soon. But try and get Generations on Steam before they have a chance to delist it, because even if it's great, even if the remaster is great, we don't know how the mod support's going to be yet. And if they delist the original, then a million mods are going to be... It's going to be sad, because like Generations modding is very, very good. So if you can get it, I would say like $20 is a great price for that game, honestly. Like, it's a great game, and like the modding is infinite at this point. I would say get it before they delist it. Get it before it's $50.
Yeah. I was wondering, in terms of the shadow portion, like one of the biggest selling points, or one of the biggest things that got me back to Generations in the earlier days, was the 30-second trials, like the online stuff. I'm wondering if Shadow Generations is going to have implementation of 30-second trials, because I think that would be pretty cool. And I wonder how, since the physics are going to be, if the fix
new online leaderboard.
Maybe if the physics are tweaked in classic, that's definitely going to change a lot.
One of my friends in my Discord server was just pinging me about that exact thing. They told me they beat my sign, and I was like, I didn't even know I had a sign in this game. It must have been from
me and my cousin, like we played on 360 back in the day, but like me and my cousin used to do 30-second trials all the time, and we went back and forth for like I think a year straight, and then like eventually I beat him on all of them. And he gives me that salute, but now but now like we have a new reason.
Okay.
The people have spoken.
No way. You've altered this. When did the poll run? I didn't know there was a poll running.
There was a poll. You wanted to run your own poll, but couldn't because I was running my poll.
Versus 49%. I think we need a recount, like the presidency.
Actually, that's a really good fucking point, though. Actually, now that you mention it, like how. But okay.
We need a recount.
One more thing.
And that's all I had to say. Also, but buy Generations. Buy Generations when you can. It's worth it. Oh, actually, where do you find mods? Game Banana has a lot of them, I think.
Back to Sonic Generations for one more bit. They've been really going hard with Chao in the advertisement. We've seen they've added an array of Chao to the opening cutscene. And it did get people speculating, could there be a Chao garden? Izuka has put that to bed, because why would they do a thing that people want them to do? As much sense as it would make. But there are little Chaos now in little SOS missions positioned throughout the levels in hidden areas that you can go rescue, and then I think you can have that Chao as a companion to follow you throughout the game as like a little accessory, effectively. And I think that's cute enough. It would just be so cool if there was one little bit in the white world that just was like a little pig pen with chows in it. You don't have to have the games. If you just had a little pig pen and you could buy food for them or something and just raise them in like a basic, like, this is a demonstration of what's to come, that would be nice.
That'd be fun. But and I think having the Chao in the level with you is something that's a step closer to what I want to see. Because what I really like is there's a mod for Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. I think it's called Chao Gameplay, where you raise your Chao in the Chao Garden, and then you can have them follow you in the levels, and they can do various things depending on their abilities. Like, you know, they might point out like a hidden capsule or find like a ring or stuff like that.
Did Trey just explode? Did anyone else hear a slight bang coming from Trey's mic?
I heard a noise. But no, so I would like to see that in the future. I would like maybe like, you know, they're letting us have the Chao follow you in the level, so one up that. Let them have our own Chao follow us in the next Chao Garden thing. I think that would be fun.
I still find, like, it's just an amazing piece of comedic editing. Back in 2022, before the release of Sonic Frontiers, there was a Takeshi Iizuka Q&A, and they cut this perfectly. They go, what is the most requested feature in any Sonic game? And he says, Chao Garden. He says, is there a Chao Garden in this one? No. It's
No.
just like, that really sums up, that is the Sega way, you know? Like, whatever you do,
really have like the
don't
the
do
Hotel
the
Mario. No.
It was like that though, and it's like I know people clowned on me because they were saying, "Oh, so you think Takeshi Iizuka's a dickbag because he didn't put a Chao guard in front of his?" No, I just find that mentality really fucking hilarious. Like, just
It's funny that they know and they don't do it. Yeah.
The bigger picture thing here is just so fucking funny. But yeah, like that's
Anyway.
that's that. All right, I think that about covers it for Sonic Generations. So. The episode is over, everybody. Let's go home.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Sonic X Shadow Generations. I really want to play that Shadow side, but now it's funny that I did a Generation stream a few months ago being like, well, I guess I'll just play it now the way I want to play it. That way we don't need to play it once it comes out here, because it's just going to be a remaster. But now I'm feeling like I probably need to do a stream of it, because there's going to have, like, some new stuff, and there's going to be changes. And...
Honestly, like, part of me wants to... Like, there's a huge part of me...
I can't believe I have to play the game again. I can't believe it.
There's a massive part of me that's like, oh yeah, I want to get the game and immediately open up Shadow Generations. That's the bit that's exciting me the most.
That's what I'm going for first, yeah.
But there's a little part of me that's like, make this all worth your while and savor it. Start with Sonic, and then do Shadow. And
well, actually, I want to know,
but can I wait that
where
long?
Where does the Shadow stuff take place? At what time?
Oh, it's confirmed.
Izuka
confirmed it in an interview with IGN. It takes place parallel to Sonic Generations, so it's at the same time.
Alright, so by the time that you beat No. So the time you beat Seaside Hill, I think you find Shadow, because that's when Shadow's rival fight opens up. So that's how long it takes Shadow to kick all of the ass.
Maybe there'll be an explanation as to why he wants to fight Sonic there as well. I don't know. But, like, you know what would be so funny is if they gave us a reason why during the final Time Eater battle, Shadow just kind of sits there going, "You've got this." Maybe he's just tired.
He's got he's 3 broken arms. He's got a broken wing. He's got to sit back. He's fucking tired now.
Broken wing.
Like, but it's like, yeah, why does he not like fucking sprout his wings and go in for the kill with the Time Eater? But
because he's tired.
No,
he's sleepy.
That's something where I'm gonna throw out they're never gonna do this, but boy would it be sick. I think it's still pretty unanimously agreed that the Time Eater fight was a nothing burger, right? And like, imagine you've just played Sonic Frontiers and you fought the Titans of Supersonic. It's like, wow, look at all this sauce. And then you go into the Time Eater fight and it's just absolutely sauceless. Imagine if they have Shadow with you for the final boss. It's like maybe it could do like an alternate ending, like a ring opens up, it's like another story. And then you've got a final boss with classic Sonic, modern Sonic, and fucking winged ass Super Shadow versus the Time Eater. They get Kellen Quinn to record a new song, and they just go balls to the walls. They've got a combat engine for modern and classic Sonic. How fucking amazing would that? They're not going to do that.
I think there's like a 3%, maybe like a 0.2% chance of that happening, but that would be awesome.
Well, maybe it could be in Shadow Generations. Maybe that's like the ending is like, I now have to go fight the Time Eater with Sonic, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah, he turns away from Maria, who he's seeing for the last time, and he goes, I now have to fight the Time Eater with Sonic and Sonic.
He gives her a hug, he smells her a little, and then he goes into battle. I don't know why he did that.
Why did he do that?
He's just a weird dude, I don't know. But
that is kind of weird.
Yeah, he goes off into battle, and yeah. Oh, that would be so cool.
I mean, Shadow Generations is gonna have a final battle. I assume it'll be against Black Doom, but I could imagine the Time Eater being around somewhere. Like,
yeah. Maybe he
I want to see. Okay, actually, you know what I had an idea of the other day? What if every time, you know the Time Eater, how it kind of like it runs through the white world and then it fucks off for a while. What if every time it was fucking off, it was with Shadow, like it's over there causing trouble for Shadow and Black Doom? That'd
be kind of funny. I also remember I can't remember who tweeted this, but I love the wording of this tweet where it's like, I like to think that the white worlds are like a manifestation of like their innermost thoughts and feelings, like a little mind palace, and Shadows is this intricate sort of very regal valley and stuff with loads of different places.
Sonic's has Green Hill.
No, he just said Sonic is just stupid. I just love that idea.
He's just too dumb to have a mind palace.
Yeah, he can't even manifest a third dimension into his mind palace.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What a fucking dork! I love him.
He's an idiot.
Sorry.
I love that idea. All I really want to find out who wrote that tweet now because it's brilliantly worded. But yeah. So moving over to the Shadow Generation side of things, we did talk a little bit about Shadow's hub world in the Summer Game Fest thing, and we did talk a little bit about.
Oh, I thought we said the stream was over. Are we still going?
No, that was a joke. The stream's going. Like we haven't even read super chats. You were.
I
Dylan,
thought we were
Gullible is literally written on the ceiling, buddy. Take a look. Look up.
It's not.
But you still checked. So
No.
Yeah, I looked up there and it's not.
It's my ceiling. I already know what it looks like. I don't need to look.
we have discussed already, like Kingdom Valley's return, Rail Canyon. Is it Rail Canyon or is it
It's Bullet Station.
Bullet Train, Bullet Station? Yeah, we've talked about those in the Summer Game Fest one. Audio listeners, if you're listening and you want to hear that, we did a Summer Game Fest coverage last week. We are a little crunched for time now because stupid Dylan wanted to talk about Christianity or some bullshit. So,
what? Don't say that.
Well, you did. So,
it just came up. It was it was organically brought into the conversation.
You just wouldn't stop. So, okay.
No, you're right.
We've had a lot of gameplay come out recently of the Shadow portion. We've seen what Sega wants you to see, which is this very curated, cut-up footage of running through the Space Colony arc through to Westopolis, but with Radical Highway's music for some reason. It's not a highway, is it? It is a highway. Ah, maybe it is Radical Highway.
It is.
I mean, it's in the sky, so yeah, it's a highway. And we've also seen the Bio-Lizard fight.
Oh my god.
And then via Fidel, via Choctopus, we've seen tons and tons of different routes and playthroughs, and just there's a lot to this level. It's like 7 minutes long as well. So like there is so much to talk about here. What are we thinking of what we're seeing here, boys? What's your takes?
Right. Would you like to go first?
I mean,
All right.
you can go.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So far, the way this game looks is very interesting. It reminds me of Generations, but like Generations as if it were made like around the time of Frontiers or something, or like after Frontiers, which is coincidentally what this is. Seeing Shadow run through like the old stages and stuff, like it feels pretty cool. Like I think it sort of evokes the same feeling that Generations had, not in the same way that like, oh, we put Green Hill and Sonic Forces. Like it's not kind of like that, you know?
I mean,
It feels like a different kind of good.
I watched Bick's video on it, Bickerybox 12. I watched his video on like why he's pre-ordering Sonic X Shadow Generations, and he mentioned like it does go to show that bringing back levels can be a winner still. It can still be a good idea, provided you're not just doing the same ones over and over again. And he's absolutely right, because, like, I've been saying for the longest time, I just want new levels, but then they showed me Kingdom Valley and Bullet Station. I was like, oh! You know? I was excited.
Kingdom Valley, that didn't feel real for a second. Like, not because I care that much about that stage. I really don't. But, like, just seeing it, I was like, wow, that's... Like, that exists. It's real.
It kind of threw me for a loop. Like, that was one of the first things whenever I saw those initial leaks where I was just like, this seems like a pipe dream.
That's not happening.
Yeah, but then, like, we saw everything, and we even got more than we expected in terms of the leaks. I think overall, like, you know.
Terios skin, too, yeah.
Which, is Terios an actual, like... Was that actually what the concept was called?
Actual concept, yeah.
Yeah, because it is like Latin for mirror image.
For some reason, because I know that design is the concept, but I thought the name was made up by the community.
No, that was the intended name. No, that was the intended name. I've done my research. I have all the facts.
All the Terios lore. Okay.
I also have to just say real quickly, right? As amazing as this game looks, it could be a 10 out of 10 from start to finish. Sega, if you don't put Mephiles in this thing, I'm going to be so disappointed in you.
Oh,
it's
I'm
okay.
interested,
That's the reason why, like...
It's okay, we can recover from it, but I'm going to be so disappointed.
No, literally, no. Like, because Kingdom Valley, like, why would that be in there if he's not going to meet up with Mephiles again?
Exactly.
No, that's where he meets Mephiles the first
exactly. So if they don't do this, I'm going to start...
I think they're saving him for, like, a later reveal because they know people are going to freak out.
Yeah.
Like, it would be the most tone-deaf thing. Even if the rest of the game is a 10 out of 10, it would be the most tone-deaf thing for Mephiles to not show up.
Wait, what if he shows up in a cutscene and you don't get to fight him?
Welcome back, Sonic Forces. Died 2017, resurrected 2024.
Like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, well, like in terms of watching like Fidel's gameplay and everything, it seems like the levels like actually bleed into each other a little bit. It like goes from the Arc level and then it goes to Westopolis like near the end. So I don't know if other levels are gonna take that same same design philosophy. If we're gonna get like a twofer
transition there, which like amazed me. I was like, really?
I like
Sonic Team did that? That's amazing.
Dude, maybe they saw Sonic Forces overclocked.
I mean,
maybe they saw how cool that was.
The downside of this is it does mean that any level you see in that trailer might not actually be a whole level. It might just be a brief transition. I wouldn't put it past him.
Some could be grouped together like that, yeah.
I hope that like there's still like I don't know. I do hope some of those levels and some of that iconography can still be in their own designated levels. But I did think that was pretty cool because I was like, okay, it seems like Black Doom's manipulating time and space. You know, like why not use that to your advantage and change things up?
Yeah. I was just amazed by just the look of this game and how polished it is, how we've got dynamic transitions. There's like that point where it goes into kind of like a QTE where you have to mash the punch button and Shadow's just beating up this capsule thing and it goes straight back into level. Like in Sonic Frontiers, they had to have like it fade to black anytime anything happened. Like in the Titan fights, it's like Sonic punches a Titan, fade to black, you know?
That's good that they have that more seamless. But I'm wondering though, like maybe the sound just wasn't that good on what I was listening to. But like, could you guys hear like a lot of sound effects happening? Like, maybe that's just because it's not a direct feed. But like when Shadow was like homing attacking and hitting things, like the sound effects sounded kind of weak.
I mean,
yeah.
Now that you mention it, like, yeah, I didn't hear any crunchiness to it, but
I feel like I haven't heard any like big slam noises for when he's kicking that missile into pieces. You know, like.
Oh, I've heard that, but like I didn't hear much in terms of like him hitting robots or whatever.
Which why not? That can be kind of like a catch-22 because if the music is phenomenal, which it usually is, then like having more focus on that would be cool. And also like with the chaos control power, it seems to like muffle the music a little bit or slow it down. It seems like.
Oh yeah, you know what? Notice... Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking. That's probably why I couldn't hear.
I did notice on the Biolizard fight as well. When you get to the point where you can just slap the shit out of the fucking core of the Biolizard's life support system, you can hear like really distinct slap sound effects, and I love it. It really does sound like you're just slapping the shit out of it. But back to kind of the level, I am absolutely dazzled by the level design because not only are there so many alternate paths to the point that it almost kind of feels like Dream Team. A discovery has been made that if you use Chaos Control, it can reveal even more hidden paths, which is just insane to me. And I saw when we... For another thing, it's like, we've gone from Sonic Frontiers, where the cyberspace stages were like a minute a pop, and they were basically just Sonic-themed racetracks. Green Hill had nothing to do with the stage, it was just the skin of the stage, effectively. Whereas here, it's like, we're on the outside of the Arc, moving through this outdoor section with railings and different missile bits and stuff. Then we're indoors in the Arc, and we're in, like, these facilities, and we've got these ramps that don't even have dash pads on them. And it's like, holy crap. Like, the glow-up here is astronomical, and it's like a 6-minute stage, and then I saw on the menu it said this was Act 1. So there could be an Act 2 to this. Yeah. And it's like, what? Now, I do want to just temper a little bit of expectation, because Azuka did say the game will be shorter than the base generations. Whether that means shorter than a full run, or shorter than a first-time run, or anything along those lines, remains to be seen. But, in the interview, he was asked, like, obviously 2D and 3D was a major component of the original Sonic generations. Is that incorporated here? And he said, yes, it's a big part of the identity of the original generations, so there will be 2D and 3D stages in this one. And all we've seen of that one stage there was that it was entirely 3D, which is, it makes my little puppy heart happy. But I have a theory that maybe Act 2 will be 2D. So it'll be like Act 1, 3D, Act 2, 2D, which would be a decent enough way to structure it, but I'm gonna be honest, 2D means nothing to Shadow, and when they bang on about how they want to cater to these two different audiences, I'm like, okay, so why is it that the 2D fans get games like Superstars and Mania that are all 2D, save for some special stages, yet us 3D fans constantly have our experience interrupted by 2D? Why is there an imbalance here? What's going on? I'm hoping that's kind of the last time they'll do this.
Yeah. Like that's a good point with the shadow side of things. Like him having 2D sections makes zero sense.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't need to be there. Yeah.
Like, well, it makes zero sense from even from a marketing standpoint. It's like,
yeah, because this is this is clearly geared up towards 2000s modern fans. You know, like
yeah, exactly.
2D does nothing for these guys, so it's like, why is it here? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Maybe people are nostalgic for like Sonic Advance or something, or Sonic Battle.
It might be just fine. It might be that those levels are fun and all, but I do really
Sonic Battle right now. Actually,
I'm nostalgic for fully 3D Sonic games. I mean, Dream Team gave me that,
when
so
does
I can't
that
complain too much. But like, I do really hope that Sega will, after this, pull the trigger on making a fully 3D one again, because I'm
sorry, but like Island and Frontiers was a fucking disaster. How do you put 2D sections in an open world game?
It's one of those things where the second that was pitched at the meeting, someone should have just gone no immediately. That makes no sense.
Yeah,
it's completely at odds. I did enjoy exploring Chaos Island just because I think it's got some kind of neat architecture, and with the spin dash, you could break that island in half. But like, those 2D sections, man, what was that all about? Oh, open zone freedom is the selling point of the game. You stepped on a ramp, now you're in 2D, you have to do this section. Like, what?
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yes, stinky design.
Yeah, it's just such a bad decision. Kishimoto, I'm so disappointed in you, man. I'm joking. We're cool, Kishimoto. We're cool. Not that what I have to say matters anyway. You're a fucking video game director, and I'm looking for a job, so it's like, fucking, what do I have to say?
Well, hire Channel Pop. He'll make the next Sonic game on his own.
I will pitch the ideas. I will throw the ideas out. All right? I'll be like, hey, we should do this. Sonic and the Big Cheese coming soon. It's happening.
Sonic and the Big Cheese. Yes. Yes.
Imagine
it's finally happening.
The whooping and cheering from just the 77 people that are
Dude,
in
can you
the
imagine,
stream
like,
right
it's
now.
like the president of the United States walks up to the microphone and he goes, "They're making Sonic Big Cheese," and then everyone starts cheering.
No, Joe
World
Biden.
peace.
Joe Biden walks up to the microphone and is like, "They're making a new Mario game."
Yeah. And I'm cheering. I start cheering. Yeah. Yes. We need another one of those. It's been so long. It's been like this whole year without a Mario game. Oh.
We are seeing some of the good Kish's influence though in Shadow Generations, in that we've got what I'm going to refer to as Kishi moments, where it just goes fully Dragon Ball, where like in the middle of the level, Shadow will just be like, I'm going to do a really fucking hard thing now, and then he comes out of that, and
As
like,
he should.
yeah, it's so awesome what I'm seeing here. I'm like, holy crap, it looks like a AAA game. I'm not seeing any pop-in. It's like, Sega, you did it! You made a Sonic game that looks like it could have been released in 2019. You fucking did it! I'm not gonna be too generous. I'm not gonna be too generous.
It's never good enough.
I'm not gonna be too. No. To be fair.
That's what he always tells me. I'm never good enough.
2019 was the end of the PS4's life cycle, the beginning of the PS5. So you've made a game that looks acceptable on current gen hardware. So that is a fucking win for Sonic Team, considering what fucking Frontiers look like. That's a win. I call this an absolute win. This is a step in the right direction, guys. I don't know when stepping in the right direction became a bad thing. As long as it's not.
The thing is,
as long as it's not all it is.
Frontiers is a step in the right direction.
As long as it's not all it is. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. That's all it has been. There's only been.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's been no destination.
Let me tell you, Trey, you motherfucker. Let me tell you something.
Where are we going?
Let me tell you something.
This is uncomfortable.
Let me tell you something. Okay. You know, going from Sonic Forces. All right. You know, it'd be a step in the right direction from Sonic Forces. You make another 2-hour game, but it's just a bit better this time. But Frontiers, That ain't a step in the right direction. That is a bold leap into a new frontier. And they fucking tripped over, okay? They didn't tie their shoelaces and they tripped over when they landed on that field. But hey, we made it. You got a bit of a grass stain on your jeans there, though, Sonic. So, like, you know, it's not graceful. It's about as graceful as a reversing dump truck without any tires on. But it's still good. We made it. We did it, guys. See?
God, what a statement that just.
I just broke your whole life apart.
You just destroyed my entire life.
I'm just saying that these Sonic games they will only be steps in the right direction until we get Sonic and the Big Cheese. I'm just saying. Like that's going to be the destination. Sonic and the Big Cheese is the destination.
Yeah, once we get there, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Never Turn Back will be the vocal track for that one. Just to reuse it.
Never.
It's such a good song, let's just reuse it. But, okay.
I'm going to see the Big Cheese now.
Yeah. Whoa.
The Bio
Big
Lizard.
cheese, big cheese.
The Bio Lizard looks like a cut-up ham with all his fucking gills and shit. He's a flappy boy.
Hate that. You're right.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, though, because at the end of the day, you are just beating up a big dog at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, he can. It's basically Shadow the Hedgehog, but he can't speak human.
I do love some of the dialogue as well, like Shadow talking to the Bio as he fights him. He says, like, you.
Oh, I don't know that.
soul.
Don't tell me about it. Don't say it.
Son of a bitch. It's in all of the release stuff.
I know, but I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the Bio Lizard's gills.
Okay.
And how much I wanted them to go away and stop being there.
Okay, well, Shadow's characterization, good. Kirk Thornton's delivery, good. I'm not one of those people that every time there's a new Kirk performance, I'm like, he's finally done it this time. I've been saying.
He's got it, boys.
I've been saying since Sonic Freeriders, I see the vision. He ain't like Humphrey, and he ain't like Jason Griffith, but he's still a good Shadow, and he's working with what he's got. And in Forces, he turned in his best performance as Shadow ever. He really gave us a step in the right direction there. And now we're sticking on that path with Shadow Gens. I've always thought Kirk was a good Shadow. And guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. For all you motherfuckers, I've seen some of you, I know your names, that are like, oh, he finally did it this time, every time there's a performance.
Just admit
you like Kirk Thornton as shit. It's okay to admit you like Kirk Thornton as Shadow. I like Kirk Thornton as Shadow, and you want to be like me, because I'm your idol.
Oh, gosh.
I influence you. I am an influencer. Okay? Alright? Yeah. Bio Lizard Fight looks really cool. It's got some new phases. It's got a great new remix. Sounds fantastic. Good golly, Miss Molly. We are eating so good. Also, with Shadow Generations, we no longer have that thing of if you're not boosting, he just trundles along like a little jogging boy. No, he just still moves fast, which is another step in a good direction. I'm liking that.
I like that.
Liking that indeed. So,
yeah, that's pretty good.
Anyone got any closing thoughts on Shadow Generations, guys?
I'm gonna play it, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna play it. What do you think, Pup? Do you think you're gonna play it?
Nah.
Alright. No, I don't blame you. It's Sonic. Sonic stuff.
I'm gonna show up at the store where we get our games from in the UK. It's just called Game. I'm gonna show up at Game.
The store where they sell Shadow.
I'm gonna go, hey, where's the Gabagoo? You motherfucker.
And then they'll kill you. They'll execute you at the store.
Alright, so are we happy to move on to Super Chats? We are a little...
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I have such a tendency to bulldoze conversations. I'm really sorry, boys.
That's okay.
No, you're fine.
We can do Super Chats.
If you have anything you need to say it while I'm typing out these suits. That's your allotted speaking period.
I guess the only thing I really wanted to say is that I've had a great time today talking to you guys. It's always great. Always a good time.
Yeah.
Hates me. Bad friend.
Had a good time talking to you, Trey.
I had a good time
Can you
talking
imagine
to
if I was like,
Trey, tell
Trey.
Dylan to go fuck himself.
I'm not gonna do that.
Trey. Oh,
Mhm.
Trey, Channel Pup. It's been great today. We've had a good time.
It is forgiven.
See, it's so fast. All you do, just include him, and he's like, "Oh yes, everything is good.
Everything is peachy greens. All right.
Everything is nice.
Everything
and
is
wonderful."
Warger.
I have inserted the super chats into the mail sack. Are we all keeping an eye on that?
Yep,
Yes.
I see it.
All right, beginning with you, Dylan Borger.
All right, Josiah Rovirosa, $4.99 US dollars. Gary, how are you liking One Piece so far? What chapter are you at? What's your favorite arc? And who is your favorite character? What a cool question. For me, of all people. I'm not reading it because I can't read. So I'm listening to the anime, watching that, and I'm at Dressrosa, and I'm really bored currently.
Why are you just listening to the anime? Those animators didn't
I'm
pour in
watching
hours
it.
of their lives to animate this thing for you, just for you to listen
I'm watching
to it,
it.
you
I'm not just
motherfucker.
listening. I'm listening and watching. I'm absorbing.
Where's the
But I liked Skypiea a lot, and I liked Water 7. But everybody kind of likes Water 7 and Innie's Lobby, but they're really good too. I like them a lot.
My back really fucking hurts today.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite character, they said also. My favorite character is probably, I don't know, that's tough. That's a tough one.
The coolest
They've
one.
changed a lot. They've
Because
changed
the
a lot
coolest
since the
one
time skip.
reminds you of me.
Yeah. No, you who reminds me of you in One Piece? You're a lot like Brook. You're a lot like Brook the skeleton.
Oh, hell yeah, I want to be a skeleton. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
He's got some quirks.
Well, thanks to Josiah Rovirosa.
Yeah, thank you for that
super
question.
chat.
I liked that.
Your name does sound like a spell. That is like Harry Potter would say.
I'm casting Josiah Rovirosa.
No, but that is an awesome name, man. I'm jealous. Next up,
All right.
we have the man with the funny name, C-Man, with $2.99 dues. This is a nice show to listen to whilst mowing greens. I love it. I want to imagine you wearing like a little straw bucket hat. Like, that would be precious.
Just wearing that while just mowing the grass.
Act natural.
Amazing.
He's got a few chipolata sausages on the fucking grill, you know. He's going. He's multitasking. Borger.
Oh, is it my turn? Okay. Twilord with $5.
That's a euro. You
Euro?
fart.
Yeah.
Euro.
No, I
yes.
was about to say it.
Sonic Euros.
Yeah, Sonic Euros. The fan, the propeller specifically.
Read it.
Okay. Twilord with $5 euro. Thank you, by the way. Says Tails' character arc from Sonic 2 actually ends strong in the background of Shadow. He plays defense during the invasion while Sonic is rushes ahead.
I think that might be referring to Sonic 3 the movie, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. Huh.
Sonic Euros, but sung to the tune of Sonic Heroes. Thank you, Sundrop.
Sonic
Euros.
Sonic Euro.
Burger?
Borger.
For me?
Yes.
$2.
Lynn.
Not dollars. Sorry.
Linda.
Twilord,
Linda.
£2.
No.
We have.
I just said.
Fuck.
Yeah, we were singing the song a minute ago. Come on,
No.
Dylan. Come on,
2
prick.
Sonic Euros.
There you go.
Pup, there are. What is that? There are suits
Mersuit.
that are tributes? What does that mean?
He means fursuits. I don't own a fursuit,
Oh.
though.
I was like,
To
what's
be
a
honest,
suit?
If I could get someone to make a Channel Pup fursuit, I would absolutely get. I want whoever it is that made Cheetan, the crazy Japanese mascot. Can they make me a Channel Pup fursuit? And I'll just do all of Cheetan's little antics. I love Cheetan. Cheetan keeps my timeline free of crypto news.
I don't
Wait,
know
is
what
that
Tyler
the-
is
is that
talking
the-
about in this next super chat?
What were you saying, Trey?
Isn't Cheetan that Japanese mascot?
Yes, I think you blocked him.
That's all. I didn't block him.
You
Well,
blocked
someone-
him?
No, someone
Why'd
I
you
know
do
and
that?
love. No, I think it was Victor. I think Victor blocked him. Victor McKnight
Why would
might have
Victor
been the
do
one that
that?
blocked him. Because he
Why?
got sick of Cheetan. Cheetan is all over everyone's timeline, but Cheetan is keeping our timeline safe from crypto news. So I love Cheetan. Anyways, I for one welcome our new Cheetan overlord, Orker. So, Twilord returns with €5. Too simple question, Dylan. How much clothing do you want on when you cuddle Silver? Do you want him to put on more clothes when you do? Dylan, he knows you're a little twink.
Okay. All right. First of all, I don't know where this question is coming from. I don't know what this means.
I'm sorry, it's just you can detect the citric acids that
Can you
flow
put-
within your veins.
Were you asking me to put more clothes on Silver?
Do you want to cuddle Silver while
You need
you're a
more
little...
than just his shoes and gloves.
Do you want to cuddle Silver while you're a little jaybird? Or would you like to wear, like, some clothies while you cuddle Silver? Or do you want Silver to wear clothies? How much clothies will both of you be wearing? Tell me, like, how much will you be
I don't
wearing and how much
understand
will
why
Silver
this
be wearing?
question's being posed. Why I don't understand. Why do I have to answer this? Because-
Well, for starters, I did mention that this is your month, Dylan. You don't want to fuck Rouge, so therefore,
What?
you want to fuck Silver. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You can fuck Silver. He's not been born yet, though, so it's kind of a bit sus, but, like...
What the fuck is this? What is this fucking rabbit hole?
Well, no, it's a hedgehog hole, not a rabbit hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Read the next super chat.
Of course.
Okay. My turn, Worker. Twilord with €5 once again, thank you. Said, which path should I study? A, sincere neo-pagan philosophy that my best friend is into, or B, how to make a cult that I can dedicate to Black Doom. Honestly, I think the second option would be
I feel like
the
there's
most
crossover.
of interest.
There's
There would be
crossover
profit,
with
I
it.
think, in the Black Doom.
Yeah.
cult.
And like Pup said, there is crossover. You could probably
Yeah.
do both.
You can converge.
Crossover.
See, you can extrapolate from the neo-pagan stuff and apply it to Black Doom, and then, yeah, go from there, I'd say.
Like how does that work for them? And then just like, take what, they learn or what they teach and apply it to Black Doom. Boom.
Then you take all neo-pagan people and the Sonic fans, combine them, and then you've got double the audience size and double the profit. So there you go, Twilio.
If Sonic was an actual religion, it would be one of the biggest.
And given how much you're spending on us today, Twilo, like, I think that would be a good way to make your money back. But thank you so much for all of your support, Twilo. You are our benefactor. Worker. Dylan, you absolute shit. I said burger, Dylan. Burger.
Oh, I thought it just went.
It is your turn. It is
Read
your turn. It
the
is your-
super chat,
All
you
right,
stupid
Twilord
man.
is a €5. This podcast has the guy who is too pure to poop and the guy who is too degenerate to be a furry. Oh, and their friends.
You're fucking no one, Trey.
Yeah, no.
you are one
I'm
of our
sorry.
friends, Trey.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a characteristic of mine that like it is a marketable.
The grand explainer.
Yeah, the joke explainer. I had to explain a joke to Dylan earlier today. That was great.
Yeah, no, I
It's
needed
true.
that.
Yeah, you did. I saw.
I've been looking forward to that all week.
You didn't
Yeah, no.
understand the fan game.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a literal fan. Yeah.
Did you say liberal fan?
No, literal.
Liberal fan. The one that
And
keeps
if he
Joe
was a liberal
Biden
fan-
from fucking bursting into flames.
Oh my-
Joe Biden will now burst into flames.
Hello, America.
Oh,
I'm bursting
hello,
into flames.
America.
I will now combust.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, Joe Biden's very spontaneous. Oh my
Oh.
god!
Oh, Jill. Oh, Jill, I'm gonna bust. By which I mean, combust. It's done, Jill. It's done. Alright, so...
read the next super
Twi-
chat.
Yeah, I'm on it. Twilord Burger sends €5. Make Sonic the comic canon. Yeah, no, furthermore, yeah, give us our British Sonic heritage. Get those Sonic the comics out there as
You're
well.
asking for too much now, pup. You're asking for too much as a consumer. You can't do that.
Dylan, I hope you die.
What the
Diet
fuck?
soda, right? Diet soda.
Yeah, that. Okay, make
I
Sonic the
can't
comic
believe you
canon.
would say that to me.
Really? You can't? It has a background Sally, so Archie fans will be happy. Plus, a totally bisexual Amy. Fandom piece. Yeah, she does. She does seem to be a little more bi-coded in that one.
Wait, what?
In
Wait,
the
what?
British,
Sonic comic?
in the British Sonic comic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also,
she's British.
Sonic and Tails in the British Sonic comic are just like you and me, Dylan.
What do you mean by that?
You should see some of the things Sonic says to Tails.
Sonic is relentlessly.
Yeah,
Observed by
let me
Tails.
find it. No. Wait, you observe me relentlessly? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Sonic and Tails, Sonic the comic. No, you need to see, dude. Dude.
What does he say? Like, what could he possibly say?
Okay, wait, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
Okay, well, let's read the next super chat. In the
No!
meantime.
I'm gonna find it.
But it's 5:55 and I'm hungry.
You will never. Okay, right, here we go. This is you
Found
and me,
it.
Dylan. I'm putting it in the back rooms. Here it comes. Here it is. This is some of the way that Sonic
I'm here.
talks to Tails in the Fleetway comic books.
Okay. What does he tell him to shut up?
I'll do another one. Here's another one. In fact, I'm gonna read it out. I'm gonna read it out in voices, okay? Ready?
Wait, no, you read the Tails lines. I'll read the Sonic lines, okay?
That doesn't make any sense given that I am the Sonic in this relationship.
No, I'm the Sonic in this.
No,
what do you
I'm
mean
the
you're
Sonic. I am so
I'm
the
older
Sonic.
than you, pup.
Yeah, I know, but when you hear what Sonic says to Tails, he's very me. I'm
What do
the
you mean?
Sonic.
No. Listen, Sonic says, well, if I never see you again, Tails, this is how I'll always remember you. As a little two-tailed dimwit who's always whining. See, I say that to you all the time.
Well, thanks for your input, Gary. I'll file it under you for useless.
That doesn't even start with you.
Yes, it does. Useless. Starts with you.
Yeah, but I made you think about it for a second, didn't I?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dylan! Right, look,
I
I'm
made
just
you
gonna-
doubt yourself. You're the doubt of the English language.
Well, either way, shut up. We're gonna read another one. Alright? Who?
Okay.
Okay, this is your turn. No, this is Trey's turn, Borker.
Yes, it is. Give me just a second. Dragon fruit.
God
That's
help
where
you,
we're at?
Trey.
Okay.
God fucking help
Dragon-
you.
Dragon fruit. Okay. Dragon fruit with US $10 says, "Welcome back, Nick. Have a great Friday, guys. Here's some V-Bucks. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
welcome back, Nick. Welcome.
Yeah, Nick, are you still here?
Hello there.
It's Nick. I'm Game Apologist.
Oh, wait,
Here on
hold
the
on.
Game
Let me
Apologist
try.
channel.
Welcome
Okay.
back to
I'll try.
Mecha March Madness.
Welcome back to Mecha
You
Mecha
know,
March
Metro Boomin.
Madness. Mark.
Yeah.
So today, folks, I'm gonna go off on a little tangent, and I hope that's okay with you guys. But I want to fuck Sally Acorn. Look, bluntly, dude. Here's the thing: you are the nicest guy I've ever met. Look, pup, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, okay? I'm gonna be blunt with you. You're a super cool dude, and I think you're fucking amazing.
Wow, that's so nice, Nick.
No, Nick is so
Yeah.
like he will build up to like he's gonna give it to
Yeah,
you.
he's
so-
gonna really
and
get
then
you.
and then the man is just fucking softer than my.
It's like, you know what? Yeah. It's like, hello there. I'm Nick.
Hello there.
Pup, we really gotta hurry up. It's raining.
No, but Trey, do you remember the time? What? Trey, do you remember the time we all of us in this chat, you, me, Wayne, and Suris, all managed to convince Nick that me and Wayne had fallen out?
Yes.
Wayne
Wayne
was like, we're
here's
not
what
good right now. Pup called me a slur, and then Nick is like, look, Pup, look, I hate to do the dad talk thing, but bluntly, dude, like, you can't talk to Wayne like that. That's not cool. That's completely unacceptable. And then we all just burst out laughing at how sincere he was.
I remember right beforehand, and we'll get back to super chats, but I remember right beforehand, you were like, "Hey Trey, like, here's the situation. So like, we're gonna convince Nick that like me and Wayne like hate each other now."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, like, what's the reason?" They're like, "It would be
Healthy
funny." And I'm
everyday
like, "All right."
activities.
Yeah.
The best
just-
part is also
yeah.
Wayne is usually like the most sensible person ever, but I pitched the idea to Wayne. He has a long pause and he goes, "Let's fucking do it." And I was like, "Hell yeah,
I
fuck
think-
yeah, Wayne."
I think I want to say either I was in the call first with Nick or something, because I remember like telling Nick like, "Yo, man, like just forewarning you, like there's some tension between like Puppet
Yeah, no,
Wayne."
you,
Like, I
you
remember
were the
saying
first
that.
person to speak. All of us were
Yeah.
quiet. Oh, I also remember the time on Sunset City where I convinced all of you guys in DMs to just not talk and just let Nick just speak himself into a coma. And he was like, "What's going on here? What's going on? Am I going fucking crazy?" It's just-
Because I think it was the end of the show.
Did I ever tell you about the time I hid his special ice creams because he was having tummy aches?
Oh
You
no!
ate
Oh
his
my
ice
god!
cream?
No, so he was having these tummy aches, so I went out to the pharmacy to get him these special ice creams that are good for his horting pussy. And I was like, "Okay, I've got them for you, but you're never gonna guess where they are. I've hidden them." And he's like, "Pop, are you fucking serious?" I was like, "You'll never know where I've put them." And after a little bit of searching, I eventually told him they're in the freezer. That man is very
The
easy
good
to
ending.
gaslight. Like, he's very easy to fuck around with. But yeah, back to the super chats. Less of Nick, more of the money, please.
Borger.
Borger.
It was me
It's Dylan. Yeah,
What?
such
Me?
good times on the Sunset City podcast before
All right.
Dylan joined and made everyone leave.
Joe. I did ask everyone to leave. I thought it was uncomfortable
Joe
with everybody
Mama.
being there. Is Joe Madre $5 US dollars? What confuses me is that Sonic is always on the move while the others do their own thing. So why would them splitting up be a big deal now?
I mean,
I mean, that's a
typically,
great point.
typically
You're right,
Sonic
Joe
does
Madre.
have a buddy with him these days. Typically speaking, like I think ever since Sonic Adventure, even ever since Sonic 2, Sonic always has a buddy with him now, and it is implied in Frontiers that they've all gotten a lot
What about
closer.
Sonic 4, Pup?
Fuck Sonic 4 Episode 1. But ever
You
since
didn't have a buddy there.
look, that doesn't count, all right. But yeah. Aside from that, like every Sonic game, he's always had a buddy with him, and it's usually just by happenstance. It's not like he's like, "Hey, come with me immediately. We must go fight the gods." He's usually got a pal with him. Sonic X is really the one where he goes off on his own. But I like to think that for an extended period of time, he would start to notice their absence. And they are clearly, if you look at like Frontiers and the movies and Prime, they are clearly pushing things in the direction of Sonic being a little more humanized. And I can understand why some might find that to be a little sacrilege, but at the same time, I do enjoy that direction. But to each their own. But I think that's why that would be a bit of a... It's not like he'd be like crying and whimpering like, "Oh God, please, I miss you, Tessa." But he'd be like, "Oh man, this was so much more fun when I had him with me." And then at the end, they all reconvene, and Amy has finally found herself the real Dexter after all these years. Knuckles is finally a good father, and Tails is completely unrecognizable because he grew a beard. He'll be brilliant.
He has now dyed himself green and
Sonic
is going
has...
by Grails.
And we are tying things in with the movies. Sonic has now finally stopped shaving his arms, and he has fur there now. Blue arm Sonic. See? Excellent.
Alright, let's
It's me.
read the last super chat.
Yes. Super chat
And you
cut
go
off
have dinner.
now. Do not send any more money under any circumstances. All right, here we go. The return of Seaman, another benefactor, with $7.99 dues. I'm wearing a cap whilst mowing golf greens. Some of them are on green hills. And to add insult to injury, it 9 degrees. Is it
9 degrees.
I mean, Australia's a warm country, right? But then again, it has its winter at a totally different time to the rest of the world. They always gotta be different,
I kind of
haven't they?
wish it was 9 degrees here.
It was gotta be
I can
different.
handle it.
First, they're like, "Oh, fuck gravity. We're just gonna stay on the planet." Secondly, they're like, "We're gonna have our own winter." But you know what? Australia doesn't fucking exist, and I love them for it. They are mythical creatures. And that marks the conclusion of this latest and greatest Sunset City episode. See how much better things are without Frank here to fucking cramp our style.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh
hey,
god, oh
Gotta
god.
be.
hey!
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
say that about
goodness.
Frank.
Oh fucking
I love
goodness.
Frank.
Oh, not
I love
fucking
Frank.
Tom Topics. I fucking hate.
Now,
What
top
is he?
topics.
That's Trey Nobles in the chat. That's not Tom Topics.
Yeah.
Tom Topics is a literal fascist there, I said it.
Why are you saying these fake things about your friend? When did
just
this all
find it-
start? When
I
did this
just-
all start?
Look,
The need to say these things.
I see my friends, I see them as entertainment, and I like sending them off on little arcs, okay? I like creating little problems for them to overcome so I can watch them overcome it. You
It's
are
actually kind of
all
beautiful.
you are all the Truman Show.
Hecton, Frank's in the chat. Frank's in the chat.
And remember when I mentioned that I am the reincarnation of God? I'm proving it. I'm creating your stories. See?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, pup.
Dylan, what are you doing?
I released a video today
Boring.
during the podcast, and it's 2 hours long.
What a
because
fucking
it's-
loser.
It's like
Sorry,
4 hours. Sorry, it's like 4 videos of mine from the past, back and better than ever in long form. Because I needed more time to work on the other thing I was working on.
Dylan Origins.
Yep, it's gonna be great. Go check it out. Sonic Adventure, Adventure 2, Chao Garden, and Heroes.
That's pretty fucking badass, Dylan, if you ask me, man.
Pretty cool, I would
Hell
say.
yeah.
Yeah,
High five me, bro.
if you allow me, slap, high five. Hey,
Now I'm gonna
Trey,
give your butthole a little tickle.
Yeah.
don't do that.
Crystal?
Trey, what are you doing? What are you
Well,
up to?
besides making Flappy Bird clones for fun, just kind of still just doing the music thing. Haven't really been like advertising anything just yet, like I have been, but that is gonna change relatively soon. I'm excited.
Do something.
So
Lazy
you'll be having-
bastard.
I'm sorry.
Also, I just want to pitch a name for this game, alright? So, it's a Flappy Bird clone where you play as a fan. Please call
Yeah.
it Fanny Flaps. That would be so funny for every English person where fanny doesn't mean anus and actually just means vagina. Please call it Fanny Flaps.
I'll consider it. I was literally just gonna call it the Sonic and in quotations fan game.
I thought that was a great idea too until I thought of Fanny Flaps.
Fair, valid.
Pup, what are you doing aside from coming up with new marketing names?
Sonic and the Big Cheese meets Fanny Flaps. But,
Sonic and the Big Cheese DLC.
see, they really need to give me those marketing jobs that I've been applying for, man. I can do this stuff.
Well, when do we get Sonic and the Big Cheese? Could someone make that, please, Trey?
I told you, 2026.
I will.
Right?
Trey?
Right.
You know what? I'll replace like a Titan in Frontiers, which is a big block of cheese.
Just
Big cheese.
Just literally retexture Giganto so he looks like a Swiss cheese.
I just want to replace him with a big like just block, just a big block of cheese.
No, replace the end with a big cheese wheel.
Replace the end with a giant epic face.
No,
Oh, yeah.
stop that. You mean awesome face as well. But
Whatever. I don't care.
Pog.
I'm
Anyways,
going to eat. I'm hungry.
what am I working on, you ask? Well, I can tell
Yeah,
you
what
the
are you
truth.
working on? Hurry up.
Hey. Well, first of all, something more important is Frank is currently doing streams of Sonic Adventure as he seeks to 100% it. So,
Ooh.
check that shit out. It's over on Frank's channel, Gotta Be Frank. That's all he can do. And meanwhile, myself, I'm currently working on a video on the death of the Batman Arkham series. Very emotional. So, you're gonna want to check that.
All right.
All right.
Well, who wants the last word?
I don't.